EOSHL TV is powered by M&L. EOSHL TV is powered by M&L Electric.
In the 1850s, the major railway companies were looking to build main trunk lines linking Toronto, Kingston, and Montreal. The two major companies at the time, the Canadian Pacific Railway and the Grand Trunk Railway, were competing for the easiest routes to lay track. Both had the same goals in mind: to combine communities, to make their respective parts of Ontario and Quebec thrive and become bigger than expected, bigger than themselves, and bigger beyond their fondest imagination. Right through Smith Falls, and they succeeded. Here at EOSHL TV, we have the exact same goal. I mean, we don't have steel and we don't have coal, but we have a camera, a voice, and the love for hockey linking to your heart and love for the game we cherish so deeply: hockey, the great uniter. So as we watch two clubs battle and separate themselves from the pack and deliver the ultimate prize to their fans back home, we are here to bring it all together for you through strength, courage, and the acceptance that we won't always be perfect, but we will lay the track for what will be a freight train of a series. Game 2 from Smith Falls. Hello everyone, and welcome again to another edition of EOSHL TV. Round 3, the West Conference Finals between Gananoque and Smith Falls. Here from the Smith Falls Memorial Center, the Rideau Canal. Alongside me is my trusted colleague, James Bull. He'll be doing all the technical aspects you'll see this evening, and Justin Allery doing the color commentating. Well, game 1 was exactly what we felt like it would be. Hard fought, exciting, great speed, very physical, and a joy to watch. There will be no difference here. A little bigger ice surface right there down in front. Kyler and his son Jackson and taking it in as a Rocket fan. And that's what it's like in this league. Everybody enjoying every game, even if you're cheering for an opposite team. I mean, these fans are just all in for their teams in this league, and it's beautiful to see. As I was saying, in game 1, it was quite an epic battle between these two hockey clubs, and it saw the Gananoque Islanders skate out with a 7-4 victory. And Gananoque's Ben Blasco continues on his streak of just lighting up the scoreboard. He had a goal and he had 4 assists, improving his playoff record to 4 goals and 20 assists in 8 games. Kevin Domingue, a goal and 3 assists, puts him at 5 goals and 12 assists on the season. Brock Higgs, 2 goals and 2 assists. He now has 11 goals in 6 games and adding 7 assists to that number as well. Polakowski, a goal and 2 assists. Lepizzera stopped 33 of 37. And for Smith Falls, Brett Costello, the leader, scored 2 goals, and Ben Beasley had a goal and an assist. Kyle Dowdall with a goal. Dallas stopped 36 of 42 shots. And a big thing for that game was there was only 8 penalties called, 4 aside for either side. And, keeping it at 5-on-5 is excellent, because we want to see the best of the best playing 5-on-5. So, yeah, get ready, folks. We'll be right back. It was a great first game. Both teams put up a great effort, and we're excited to be here in Smith Falls. Thanks to the 2 hockey clubs messaging me today and figuring out a way to get us in this arena is fantastic. I want to thank both hockey clubs for their continued support. And as you saw in the opening there, Smith Falls sponsors, greatly appreciated. We may be sponsored by those groups as well for game 4, as game 3 will be Saturday, 7:30 from Smith Falls, and then Sunday will be in Gananoque for game 4. So get ready for that, folks. We'll have that up on the Facebook page as well. So for Gananoque now, Polakowski's got 13 points. And then for Smith Falls, I mean, their power play is sitting at 16%. Their penalty kill 61%. A really big incentive for them to stay out of the penalty box. But Tate Leeson, he's leading the charge. He's got 8 goals and 9 assists in 7 games. And Theo Todd quietly right behind him. What he does is great on the ice. Every shift he puts forward is incredible. He's got 4 goals and 7 assists on the season. The leader in charge. 6 goals and 4 assists for Brett Costello on the season. And he had, as I said, that was 2 goals in game 1 to lead his guys down the path to a close game anyways in game 1, but they'll be looking to light the lamp a little more in this game and come out on top. 4 goals, 4 assists for Dowdall and Russet in their 7 games. And the goaltending matchup is as follows. Alex Lepizera, 6-1 in the playoffs, and a .346 goals against and an .899 save percentage. And at the other end of the ice, Dallas Slack has been in there for all 7 games of the playoffs. 4 wins, 3 losses, a .374 goals against, and an .888 save percentage. So it's going to be a great night of hockey. The Canal versus the Thousand Islands. Can the Smith Falls Rideaus, who, as I've said, have after losing out in the conference finals last season, can they get redemption against the Gananoque Islanders in a series that they really have been looking forward to all regular season long? I can guarantee it was in the backs of their minds. You see there Brett Costello with that young fan there, little tap on the glass to acknowledge her, and keeping your fans engaged. That's what they like to do here around this league. Looking for a packed house again here tonight. Last time we were here was a huge crowd in Smith Falls. And as I said, you've seen a few green seats, but they would have been fully filled if everybody sat down. But it's wild how many people like to stand during these games. It's incredible because they have such comfortable seats here. I think everybody would want to take a load off at this hockey game. It's as intense as it is. yeah, it's going to be a great crowd, great atmosphere here. Gananoque and Smith Falls, two clubs that battled to the fine wire and put on a great show for their hockey clubs. Looks like they're going to have roughly the same lineup for either side. There's Andrew Duggan, Domingue there. It's going to be a great atmosphere here, folks. And we're glad to have you along for the ride. Hello, Cody. Good to see you. As everyone files in, just to let everyone know, after the pregame, we're going to showcase the last game between Barry's Bay and Smith Falls. And then in the first intermission, we're going to have last game between Gananoque and Smith Falls. The highlights of that one we'll be showcasing on your first intermission. So don't go anywhere after the first 20 as this pregame winds down. You know, a 5-game series seems like so long, but I mean, in a blink of an eye it can be over. And Smith Falls, I'll tell you, their big key is getting out to a strong start, keep their feet moving, because their speed is such a key contributor to their victory in any given night. And one thing I always have noticed about Smith Falls is that they are a team that can score in bunches. I mean, being down by 1, being down by 2, they can all of a sudden flip the script and be up by 2, and the other team's really back on their heels and feeling kind of dejected, to be totally honest with you. With Tate Leeson, Reed Russett, Sprague, Costello. They got a lot of guys out there, Witzel, who can, Todd, really do a lot of damage in a short period of time. And on Gananoque's side, for game 1, Graham Brown, he did a great job of limiting Tate Leeson's scoring opportunities throughout the game, and kept him, relatively quiet throughout the game. Blasco, Polakowski, and Latimer, Brown, the boys, they did a great job of doing what they had to do to get the victory in that one. And we expect the exact same here from Smith Falls from these two teams. Elite effort, 2 elite hockey clubs. I'm glad you're tuning in at homes. We thank you for tuning in, folks. There's the 2-minute warning. All right, as the pregame ends, send you over to how Smith Falls got here and what they had to do to get here in the final game of the Barry's Bay versus Smith Falls game in Game 5. And as I say, in the first intermission, we'll have the wrap up from Game 1 between Gananoque and Smith Falls. So Barry's Bay versus Smith Falls, final game, Game 5. We hope you enjoy it. We'll be back right after this. Opening face-off from Smith Falls, Game 5, do or die for these two incredible hockey clubs. And I'll tell you right now, the corner and back the other way. They come in a 2-on-1. Stay with McKenzie. Stay on a breakaway. Scored! Jared Stay, and listen to that crowd. My goodness, that's got to be tough for Smith Falls with such a roar of the crowd. Pre-game.
Yeah, Bennett was one of my guests on the USHL podcast, and Bennett played a little bit in the NCAA, and he's a very underrated blue liner, and he's a fantastic penalty killer. I know Brett Costello
scored! The shot, the redirect. It's 2-0 Wolves. Guys being so, what's that word, where you're not all high on yourself?
Very humble.
Yes, and I love that. It makes you like the player even more. That draw goes in behind the net. Rook flip it from the corner around to Enright. He gets his feet moving quick, trying to get it to Peg. Peg's had 2 huge goals for Madawaska Valley in this series as well. Back to the point and a chance. Ripped a shot, scored! Slack ripped it from the point. Finds a hole through Lipinski, and Smith Falls is on the score sheet now. Harris, that pass over, and McKenzie on a break. 2-on-1, rebound, and he scored! Brett McKenzie, the fire wagon hockey commence. This is something we haven't seen all series. Goals, goals, and more. A chance for the leading scorer on goal. Scores! Wow. What a move, and that's why he's the leading scorer for a reason. Throws it through the wickets. 5 goals in 6 minutes and 24 seconds. Holy toe drag, knocked off his stick. Leeson, that drop pass goes into the slot. Townsend's there, the pass into the slot, and he scored! Oh my word! It's 3-3. Smith Falls is on a roll.
And Leeson just said the how do you do to the Wolves fans in the crowd. These two guys are looking to maybe get some hats thrown on the ice today.
Campbell over to Kelly, back over to Stay. Stay looking to the point, but they got it covered, and he'll go back down low to Lapine. Lapine, he's been lightning rod for the Wolves in this series. Campbell at the blue line, he'll throw it across ice now. Stay down low to Lapine. McKenzie giving him fits in the slot. Slot scored! My goodness me, the fits are continuing, and McKenzie, that big body, he's hard to contain, and it's a 4-3 Madawaska Valley lead. They had 11 assists, if you can believe that. That's chipped in to Fleming. He'll try and get it across ice. Smith Falls now closing off the gaps around him. Cross, scored! What a pass and what a goal. It's 4-4 with 4:57 remaining. Lipinski comes out to play it. Throws it around along the glass. Kept by Cobalt. He'll throw it in the corner. Lapine takes the hit into the slot. Back to the point, Costello. Snap that through, scores! Redirected in front. Smith Falls has got a lead. It's 5-4 for the home squad. Donald, Summers, hits a man, chance, score! Ripped it top shelf, and Michael McKinney gives the Rideaus a 2-goal lead.
And basically getting his kitchen.
Got to get it a half a foot off the ice. It's got to come over his pad. He's really, really good down low. Shoot away from his glove, because I'm telling you, anything in that, it's like the Bermuda Triangle. You throw it through his glove, it doesn't come back. Lapine throwing it into the slot for Peg. He couldn't complete that. Harris, the backhander, and stick flailing, turns into this. Tate Leeson. Leeson!
Hat-trick goal.
And he scores.
And Devin Campbell is not happy.
It's a 7-4 lead. But the pack mentality from the Rideaus is starting to shine through. Stay. Cross over now. Benjamin into the slot. It's knocked off his stick. Scored!
Wow.
Devin Campbell, what a backhander that was.
Billy, you were talking about he hasn't scored yet. Well, there's his first goal.
Summers shot through, hit a leg, stay in front. He scored! Jared Stay between the legs and put her home on the rebound. And with 1:49 to go, they're down by 1. It's face-off, scrummed, kicked, and Smith Falls wins it. And this game is over. Cheer on, Smith Falls, because you're going on to meet the Gananoque Islanders in the West Conference Finals and get your chance at redemption. They were ousted by the defending champions last season, well, the champions, eventual champions last season, and they'll get their chance to bring it back this year. And they felt like they were shortchanged last year, and they'll look to beat them this year. And for the Madawaska Valley Wolves, keep your head high. You guys played incredible in your second season in the league.
EOSHL TV is powered by M&L Electric.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
perfect.
The Rideaus were in the same situation last season, facing the Gananoque Islanders in the West Final to see who would move on to the championship round. They fell just short, as this Gananoque team was destined to finally knock off the back-to-back champions North Dundas Rockets in a thrilling 5-game series. Now the question must be asked, is it the Rideaus' time to redeem themselves against their division rivals and punch their ticket to the championship round? Well, they loaded up this season, adding Tate Leeson, goal-scoring leader in the Eastern Ontario Super Hockey League, scoring 33 times. Reed Russett, who plays a style like Leeson, Spencer Cobalt, and is a big part of the Rideaus' success. Fast-paced hockey with toughness and elite offense. One man who's been missing through the equation was Andrew Sprague, out for most of the season and missed the playoffs until Game 1 of this series. He was massive in Smith Falls' push last season, and was missed by his brothers in the locker room. He is back, and after Game 1, looks to be just like his old self again, an impact player who can create great plays out of nothing. Led by one of the best captains in the league, Brett Costello, who netted a pair of goals for the Rideaus in Game 1, looks to lead his club once again and tie this series. This series has the markings of a great story, but the only thing standing in their way, the defending champions who have went through the wall this season looking to repeat and beat their cross-conference rivals once again for the ultimate prize. This season, they lost their captain, their goalie, who helped them lead the championship last season, and 2 more key players. But that has not slowed the Islanders down at all. They're still explosive and play a great brand of hockey. It's redemption versus repeat. What driving force will prevail? Only a 5-game playoff series, and the best league Eastern Ontario has to offer can settle that debate. We'll have it all here for you live next on EOSHL TV. Hello again, everyone. I'm Billy Bowl, alongside my trusted colleague and son, James Bowl, will be doing the technical aspects you'll be seeing here tonight, and Justin Allery, who will be doing the color commentating. We were here for Game 1 out in Gananoque on the Thousand Islands, and that game was absolutely incredible. Now we're in the Rideau Canal, Lanark County, and we hope that you enjoyed this game between 2 terrors on the ice, the Islanders and the Rideaus. Justin, what do we have in store for us tonight?
Well, both these teams have very similar records at home, as both teams are undefeated at home in these playoffs, as the Rideaus are 4-0 and the Islanders are 5-0 at home. But on the road, it's a completely different story. Whereas the Rideaus are 1-3 on the road and Gananoque is 1-2 on the road. So both these teams have losing records on the road. The other factor here as well, and I mentioned this in Game 1, is special teams. The Rideaus can't afford to be taking any undisciplined penalties, as they need to be very careful with that lethal attack by the Gan Islanders. And the other thing we gotta look at as well is this crucial matchup to try and neutralize Tate Leeson. So we're gonna probably see a lot of Graham Brown versus Tate Leeson today. As last game, Leeson only managed to get 1 assist on the board, as we're normally used to seeing him putting up anywhere between 3 and 4 points a night.
Well, captain versus captain matchup, and 2 teams that have they have great opportunity to make it to the championship. All that stands in their way is each other, but who will prevail here? From the Smith Falls Memorial Center, EOSHL TV Live. Let's send it down to ringside prior to Game 2.
Your starting goaltenders for tonight's game between the Rideaus and the Islanders. For the Smith Falls Rideaus, we've got number 33, Dallas Slack. He boasts a 4-3-0 record with a 3.74 goals against average and an 8.88 save percentage. Now on the other side for the Islanders, we got Alex Lepizera. He boasts a 6-1-0 record with a 3.46 goals against average and an 8.99 save percentage.
A big first game for Blasco, Domingue, Higgs, and Polkowski. Blasco with a goal and 4 assists, a goal and 3 assists for Domingue, and Higgs adding 2 goals and 2 assists on the evening. Can they continue it here in Smith Falls? Little bigger ice surface, and Smith Falls home ice, which could be detrimental to the Gananoque Islanders. But if any team could beat Smith Falls, it's the perseverance of the green and the silver. But Smith Falls, again, all eyes for them point to the championship. It's the cup or bust for the Rideaus, and their march begins now. They must win this game, folks. They lose it, they're down 0-2. Yes, they've got Smith Falls. They'll be at home on Saturday, but Gananoque's got back-to-back home games at 4 and 5. Huge game, and our first draw is won. And a big hit by Brown, starting where he left off in game 1. Drills his man along the wall. Andrew Sprague out for the opening face-off, and just missing Brown in the corner was Andrew McKenney. The hits are going to come fast and furious in this one. Beasley flipped up to Dowdall, just missed his stick and flipped down into the Rideau zone to Costello. Costello over to Beasley, up through center, and Andrew McKenney grabs it, throws it over to Sprague. He just about got through. That swipe pass by Brown just about caught Andrew Sprague right in the slot. Right through center goes Blasco. That's a tape-to-tape pass. A pass in front of the net. My goodness me, that could have been a 10-bell chance there right off the hop. Dowdall throwing it in behind the net to Beasley. Costello will be the recipient. He'll throw it back over. And after the first 55 seconds of this period, a little quick line change by the Rideaus. And Gann get fresh legs onto the ice with Beasley. Costello off the boards. Met there by Harris. Costello chips that back to Beasley. Rideaus having a little trouble to get out of their own zone. That hits a stanchion. There's 92 Tate Leeson. Spotlight will be on him tonight. See what he can do in this game. He's got Reed Russet on his line, and that will be a tandem Gananoque will have to take off the score sheet as they did in game 1. If not, could be a long night for the Island. Into the corner, looking back to the point. Nobody there's a pinch in there that left the point chance. Not an opportunity. Pass to the slot, and Lepizera with a great save there. Tested early. He was terrific in game 1. Shot from the points and steered aside there. Townsend's shot found the mark. Lepizera was there to make the save. That's chipped in by Polkowski, and another line change for either side commence into the minute 55 mark of this period, and already signs point to the exact same thing we had in game 1. High pressure, high octane hockey between two of the best in the West in the Eastern Ontario Super Hockey League. David Bennett flips it in over the blue line, and an offside indicated. The Rideaus will have to vacate the zone, and Graham Brown sees a little seam, and as the captain, he'll try and march his boys through center. It's chipped in behind the net. Dallas Slack, one of the best puck-playing goalies in the league, will flip it around the half wall. That pass is ill-advised, and Gananoque will take over, looking to move that into the slot, and Devin Cobalt takes that off his tape, throws it up to center. Spencer Cobalt walks in, snapshot, and he just missed the far side. They hit a leg. The redirect in front. Lepizera kicks it out. Back to the point. They'll try and set it up, and Sloan kicks it to his forehand. The shot through, stopped by Lepizera again. Devin, Spencer, and it looks like Witzel. That is a terrific line, seeing how Russet, Leeson are on the other line with Andrew McKenney. Graham Brown, he'll drill that in behind the net, and Slack lost his stick, but like a magician, it pops right back into his blocker hand there. And through center now. Blasco, that pass, that connects. They're in. Domingue working it to the front of the net, and the net knocked off the pegs, and after 3 minutes, 15 seconds, we all will take a drink.
My throat's a little dry. Actually, not as dry as yours. But great start to this period. Rideaus are getting a lot of shots off. One thing I was talking to you about, Billy, is I felt the Rideaus last game were they were being very selfless. I think they need to be a little more selfish in this game. They need to fire more pucks on net. But one element to beat this fantastic goalie that in Lepizera is they need to get in front of him.
That's drilled in behind the net to the point. That redirect is stopped out in front by Nathan Slack. Goes in behind the net, trying to walk that out in front. Back to the point. Marcotte, DDD pass. Backhanded over to the one side by Prunhold. Dug into the corner there and thrown in behind the net. Higgs may get there first. Sloan can't take it off his stick right away, but pinning him against the wall will support that. Back in behind the net. Muscled against the wall by Domingue. Blasco trying to throw it right out in front, and there was Higgs wide open. Shovels it back to the point. The shot through a screen. The rebound's there, and he fired it just far and wide. Throwing it back around the net. Van Stralen tried to get it to Sprague. Good defensive play there to take his scoring chance away, and it looks like the Rideaus will not make another line change to boot. Up through center. Andrew McKinney, Flaro zone, across the line, tried the dipsy doodle, and he couldn't get it to work. Gananoque will transition this back down to the other end of the ice. New guy into the lineup, number 6, Hetherington, for the Islanders. Looking to the point, Donovan throws it back around to the other side. Marcotte over to Latimer, shot through, and a nice defensive play there by Costello, and they work it out the other way. McKinney trying to find someone in the scene and see, but he could not connect. Gananoque walking out through center, walking in across the line, ripped a shot, and a good defensive play there again by Costello. 2 block shots in 2 plays. He's turning into a goalie for the Rideaus.
You know, I had a chat with Eric Witzel after the game, and he was just saying how he just, they weren't happy with how they played their game in Gananoque, and he was saying that they're going to be feeling a lot more confident coming back to their home ice to play in this one tonight and hope for a better result.
Nothing beats home cooking, and these two teams are a prime example of it. Gananoque's home record through the regular season wasn't as good as their road record, but in the playoffs they've got right back to form and dominated teams on their home ice. Flipped into the zone, and after that goes Townsend. He'll try and chop it out in front of the net. It won't work. It's along the half wall. Polkowski chips it out. Russett's there, but he's stripped of the puck. Bennett scoops that up and goes back into his zone. We've played 5 minutes and 30 seconds of this first period. Across the line and in. Theo Todd, the shot scored! Theo Todd puts it on net from an odd angle, and this crowd goes crazy.
Like the game plan, throw it on net. Anything can happen.
You don't need to make it look pretty. In the newspaper the next day, it's going to look like a 106-mile-an-hour slap shot every time that tickles twine. That's his 5th of the playoffs for Theo Todd. And they get off and running in front of this great crowd here in Smith Falls.
You know what's great is I've seen some fans from Westport. We've got a bunch of Rockets fans here coming in to check out who their team is going to be, they're going to face next, right? They want to kind of get an idea of what the Rockets are going to be facing in the next round.
Chips that in behind the net. Marcotte there first. He'll chip it off the wall out to center. Cullen can't get that one to work. It's number 61 in your scorebook, Jake Pullen. Thrown out through center. Smith Falls gets out to a good lead here. Devin Cobalt at the blue line. He'll send that on net through a screen. And they're trying that big time, Justin, putting it on net. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
When you don't shoot, what happens? Nothing.
Nothing. Who is it had that great quote? Michael Scott?
Yeah, you miss 100% of the shots, you don't shoot.
Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott.
Yeah. Face off to the left of La Pizzera. That's kicked. Spencer Cobalt, and I'll tell you, that was a ripping shot. He's got a bullet. You've got to be careful of him. I love the lineup for the Rideaus, the line matching that they have in this game. Witzel between the Cobalts, with Beasley at the point now and Costello. This is a 10-bell line. Oh yeah, Witzel and the sisters, they really fly on that. There's a lot of sandpaper there. Brown chips it along the wall, and it goes to the half boards. Flipped in front of the net. Graham Brown and Brock Higgs made a terrific defensive play there as Spencer Cobalt was wide open in the slot if that got around them. Domingue chips that into the corner. Beasley, Marcotte battle. That's out in front of the net. But the Rideaus are scampering out through center, and a breakaway pass for Devin Cobalt. On goal, ripped a shot. Lapizzera out to the top of the blue paint and makes tidy work of that one.
Lapizzera really, like you said, out of that blue paint to be square to the shot, and he was very patient on that and didn't move too much.
Absolutely. You know, when you're a smaller goalie, you got to get out there. Lapizzera doesn't look very tall. He's flashy, he's quick, and you get out to the top, he is shorter. And he's kind of like you and I. That's back to the point. Costello will drill that on. Higgs will block it, but Costello stands him up at the blue line to take away that scoring opportunity. That's thrown in, touches Andrew McKinney, negate the icing. Sprague chasing after him. So they've got Andrew McKinney, Kyle Dowdall, and Andrew Sprague out there for the Rideaus as a unit. Brock Higgs looking into the mid-ice area for Blasco, but he'll hit Brown. He'll snap a shot and score. The captain gets him back on even footing, putting it through the wickets of Dallas Slack, and it's 1-1 here at the Memorial Center.
That's definitely one that Dallas would like to have back. I know those shots along the ice can sometimes be the hardest ones to stop.
I think he was looking for the pass over, and you know, it's one of those things where no goalie likes to be beaten between the legs because it doesn't look good. But get ready, because we've got 48 minutes and change. Yeah, it's 57, 8 minutes remaining, and he will put on a show for the rest of this game. He'll find a bunch of 10-bellers.
You say Rita. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
The Rockets have brought out their chant, this time for the Rideaus. That's how much the Rockets would love to change it up a bit and play the Rideaus this time in the finals. Their fans are here in full force. Bouchard throwing it in behind the net, trying to go to the slot, and he's tied up in front by Sloan. Did a great job there because that was doorstep top. Chance up for Leeson. Leeson over. Oh, he waits and he shoots it just short side and wide. Opportunity there for Leeson and Russett and McKinney, or Todd Donovan. The blue line, it's brought in over. Bouchard passed in, and Dallas Slack had to be huge on that one. Makes a great save there. Chipped around to the other side to Sloan. Sloan out through center ice. Gananoque, that was so close to too many men on the ice, but Theo Todd now trying to take advantage. The backhand pass, bouncing puck. It comes down under the stick of Latimer. Harris will be the man who will carry it out for Gann. Line change again for the Rideaus. Quickly, as Harris is in, the shot, he went far side. It come right around to Brown, almost like it was intended for him. They try and take Pat Donahue's head off in the Smith Falls bench. Well, this game has been exactly just to start the way that we figured it would be. Fast-paced, hard-hitting, and great shooting as well.
Yeah, and it's only going to continue. I don't expect this game to slow down at all.
No way. These two teams definitely want that championship opportunity here. There's never a guarantee. When you're playing the Rockets, you've got to be at your best. So, you know, this is going to take a lot out of them. Both of them have had tough rounds. They're looking to come out with that one there. Witzel will pick that up for the Rideaus. The Rideaus had a tough game series against Barry's Bay, and Gananoque's had two series where it's been really tough, so it can take a toll on you, and this series is going to be no different. That's turned over. That's into the front of the net, and Bennett will shoot it. He got a rolling puck, and he couldn't put enough on it to make an effort of that one.
It looked like the puck came out on his he came on his cross body, so he didn't get everything he wanted on that, unfortunately, and just had a little bit of a spinner.
Little flutter puck to Lapizzera, and the way he's been playing, that there is easy work. These goalies get themselves into a zone. Yeah, that draws one back, and Marcotte in behind the net. He'll flip that over to Graham Brown. Brown gives himself a little bit of room by bodying McKinney away from him, and Gananoque neatly moves it out of their own zone. Blasco, look at Domingue hustle to try and get in over the line, but it was a little too much hustle, and he beat Blasco to the blue paint. We played 9 minutes and 34 seconds of this game, folks. I hope you're enjoying yourselves because we are nice and toasty up here in the press box. It's Beauty Arena for that.
Mind you, it's still not as hot as North Dundas.
No, North Dundas will cook you. You need suntan lotion when you go to Chesterville. My goodness. Dries you right out. D-to-D pass from Bennett. The Rideaus looking to make it out of their zone the way the Islanders did, and they do. Sprague, a dipsy doodle in on goal, and Pizzera had to be sharp on that one. As Sprague getting his footing back as he was off for a long time with an MCL strain, and they're happy to have him back in the lineup.
Absolutely. In great game one, he had some flashes of brilliance, and then he had some moments where he looked a little bit rusty, but it looks like he's back into his mid-season form.
For a guy like him, because he's so good, so fast, if he's not high octane, it's noticeable.
And he's also like significantly smaller, but he uses that to his advantage with the bigger guys who maybe don't move as fast.
To the corner, and Gann, that was a huge hit by McKenny. You saw him look back at the ref as he hit the wrong guy. He thought he had it, but he did not. McKenny, great defensive play. He'll turn that back around. A high-risk chance there turns into a great chance for Gananoque, and that's going to be an offside, and they'll bring it back outside the blue line.
Yeah, McKenny was looking for a Sprague blazing down the opposite wing, and fortunately got picked off.
One thing that I'm pretty sure is going to happen is Ben Blasco is going to start scoring some goals. For a guy that's got 20 assists, he's got 4 goals. He's looking past because he's got guys like Domingue and Polkowski and Higgs out there with him that can bury pucks. But as we've seen him do many, many times, Ben Blasco can really fire a puck. So Rideaus may have to change up their game plan halfway through this one. As that pass to Michael McKenny, it's in a chance to the slot, and it was just in behind the stick of Salter. Back the other way comes the Islanders. A snap shot, hits a stick and goes into the corner. Mangan takes his guy out, but the puck goes into the half wall. They're jostling in the corner, and Ben Beasley, who comes out with this one. It'll be Beasley. He's had a great playoff as well, Ben Beasley. Him in there, he's just been on tap from the jump. We've been lucky enough to be along for every single game, and he hasn't slowed up a bit. Mangan just missed Van Stralen on that one. He's a big boy too. That could be tough. Pullen now looking back, got in his feet, and a great defensive play by Nathan Slack. Had that huge goal against the Barry's Bay Wolves that helped set up the table for the Rideaus and their comeback win over Madawaska Valley in that deciding Game 5. Spinning on Nathan Slack. He gets that over to Reed Russett. And they're going to just try and find an opening here. Theo Todd, that's knocked down there by Harris. He'll walk in over and flip it in. Try and go after it. Tate Leeson now trying to become a big part of this West Conference final somehow, but Gananoque is all over him and making every shift for Tate Leeson a tough one. And when a guy has 33 goals in the regular season, he'll be a focal point for all 5 games.
100%. And you know, him and his antics on the ice, you know that he's going to be drawing a lot of attention from everybody who's wearing green and silver.
From what I understand, Mrs. Leeson really enjoys the style of hockey that he plays out there on the ice.
Yeah, apparently she hasn't seen him play a game live since he was about 5 or 6 years old.
Wow. Bennett, he'll flip that in. That bouncing puck is going to be tough for Marcotte, but he makes a strong play there. It's picked off, though, by Witzel, and he gets around him. Slippery offensive play by Eric Witzel. Spencer Cobalt, that backhand pass. Looking now at the point, Devin Cobalt looking to wrap it, and it comes back to the point to David Bennett. Bennett trying to get around Steven, but he can't. He'll sift that off to Spencer Cobalt, a pass to the slot, which Gann is closing up. The shot through a screen. Score! Is it in? It is! Eric Witzel bats that in, and it's a 2-1 lead now for the Rideaus. Oh, baby, what a play. And that's hand-eye to the full extent from Eric Witzel.
And exactly what the Rideaus need to do. They got right in at the top of La Pizarra's crease, and they got a goal out of that. That was what they need to do.
And just, will you get them? Just to our right here, folks. Kyler. Right here to our right, we got Kyler and his son Jackson, the biggest Rockets fans that you'll ever see. We just wanted to make sure that you knew that it wasn't just it wasn't me and Justin over here hollering, "Go Rideaus, go!" We're impartial, me, James, and Justin, and these guys are great to be around. Kyler and his son Jackson, his son Jaden. They're at every Rockets game, and they're here beside us along for the ride, and it's wonderful for them to be a part of this. It's great. And they're out checking out their opponents for the next round of these playoffs as the Rockets punching their ticket as they beat Manitic in a 3-game sweep to make it all the way to the finals. Again, 4 straight seasons, Justin, for the Rockets.
Yeah, and it's mainly, you look at the leadership core of the group there, Derek Froats, Michael McNamee, and of course in goal with Jenkins, and you got Corshane. So overall, like that franchise is just rolling. And when they roll, there's no stopping them.
Beasley at the point. Hello, Cheryl. How are you? Super fan. Great to see you. From what I thought, you were working till later. It's great to have you along earlier for the ride. You don't want to miss any of this action because it is heating up already.
Or she could be watching from work.
Now. We don't want that, for the love of Pete. That looked like it went right through Domingue's skate.
Yeah,
But Theo Todd, the toe drag, tried to get around with the support there by Tate Leeson, but that was snuffed out quickly. Leeson in the corner, trying to go back inside on Latimer. Latimer has got him all tied up in knots, and frustration is going to be setting in soon for Tate Leeson. He is used to getting success from his hockey, and the Islanders are making quick work of every opportunity he has offensively. That pass hits Higgs. Leeson bodies Higgs along the wall, and that puck will come back out. That's one way that Tate can really get himself going, is by using his body against the Islanders.
The 292s.
Yes. Drilled a shot. Both guys that can score 292. It's really nice to see. I'll tell you right now, Justin, every line that Smith Falls brings out onto the ice, it just looks like a goal. Yeah, every time.
They just have that depth to roll those 4 lines, because every line brings a different element to the game.
Stick lifted by Dowdall. Another guy. We haven't even we don't speak enough about Kyle Dowdall. That guy is a 5-tool player. He's another one of those guys that I'm impressed that was a slash. At the blue line and along the half wall, Brown, that pass over, hits Marcotte, and he'll drill it up to Donovan. He'll just put a shot on, but Dallas Slack will make quick work of that one. Back behind the net. Key defenseman for the Rideaus right here in David Bennett, number 27. He had a huge hit in game 1. That was an extra effort there by Kyle Dowdall to kill off that icing and get a line change, as they had been out there for a little while. If he hadn't have done that, it would have been a face-off inside the Rideau zone and no line change for Smith Falls. Costello always making a great play. He'll get that up, and because of Dowdall's play, a nice redirect in. Instead of having a draw inside the Rideau zone, it's going to be a draw in the Gan zone. 5:09 left here in the first. Van Stralen. He's got Salter on his left and Michael McKenney to his right. At the point, Beasley with Costello. Hetherington throwing it in behind to the other side. Walking out through centers, Polkowski. Van Stralen with a great stick, and Salter falls out in front of him there. Foils that breakout, and the Islanders look to pick it up. Salter makes good on that and drills it down into the zone. Shots on goal right now, actually 8-2 for the Rideaus to lead this first period. Good Lord above. That's into the slot. A shot hits a stick, goes up into the mesh, and out of play. 4:34 remaining here in the first. An exciting game 2 between the Rideaus, the Islanders, the Rideau Canal versus the Thousand Islands. 2 beautiful cities. Every time we make this trek out, it's just, I absolutely love it. 2 arenas that are incredible as well. And as Justin was saying in game 1, it'd be a nice thing to have the All-Star game here next season. And I couldn't agree more with him. It's a beautiful arena. There's Eric Witzel trying to come out of the corner, beating 2 Islanders to the puck. Is incredibly difficult, but he gave it his all. And Blasco, center ice. He'll flip that over to Higgs. Brock Higgs can't get away from the Rideaus D. Hetherington, he'll put a shot on and scored! I don't know if Dallas Slack's seen it, but it was a blast, and it's tied at 2.
Yeah, Domingue was right up in Dallas Slack's point of view, so I think Kevin Domingue deserves a lot of credit on that goal. Whether he touched it or not, that's a lot of work from him in front.
I wasn't paying attention that. I saw that, and I peeked back in front of the net, and then I was looking outside of it for the rebound, and I didn't really see in front of the net. That's wild. Domingue had the screen on that, eh?
He most certainly did.
Slack is not going to enjoy that one. And for a goalie, it's such a helpless feeling when you can't see the shot and it beats you. Turning back in his own zone is Warren Marcotte. With his head up the whole way, he knifes through one and gets zone entry. Throwing it back to the point into Higgs. He thought that on the back door was Blasco, so he let it go. And that is up through, and it's dangerous Witzel. The pass over, tried to go back to Witzel, and he had his stick tied up, and it's a breakaway. A 2-on-0. Higgs and I don't know.
They are not. Gananoque is not happy.
I think he called that offside. Is that what the call is?
I believe they're calling that offside. I'm not sure what happened there.
I think they're really unhappy because it was a ref making the offside call as well, and they didn't feel like they were offside either. So that's going to be a tough one to swallow for Gan, as they are livid on the bench in the green and silver.
Yeah, you got Brock Higgs and Graham Brown looking for an explanation here, and Graham Brown is fuming. And the faceoff is coming back at the other end.
And it's all the way down to the other end of the ice. Gananoque is not a happy camper right now. We'll figure this out. Yep.
Coaching staff from Gananoque got basically just completely walked away from the official.
Big explanation is deserved again, 100%. The play is over. But at least Gan is hoping that if it was a mistake or whatnot, which I don't think it was. I think that it was just when a referee calls an offside, it can be surprising for a team, as they're only supposed to call penalties and whatnot. But it was such a quick transition down the other end of the ice, the official wasn't able to come back and make the call. This is all speculation, folks. We don't have the mics like the NHL, but Gan, no matter what, was disappointed because they felt like it was onside, and now not only that, the draw is inside the Gananoque zone, so this is one right after another where Gananoque feels like they're not getting the benefit of a breakaway, not just a breakaway
2-on-0
with Higgs and Ben Blasco. That, I don't care if it's Dallas Slack, if it's...
and then you have Graham Brown trailing.
Oh, my goodness. That felt like an up there. There it is. Yeah, they're putting it down inside the zone. So I think you were right, James. I think you're right. That's wild. And so at 3:32, 2-2 tie, we will move on from this play and get back to some great hockey here in the Smith Falls Memorial Center. My goodness me. That was quite a transition. Mike, quick pass up.
Very, very fast.
Draw to the right of Dallas Slack. And that's won by Russet. He'll drill it around the boards. And Tate Leeson didn't even look for the puck. He was hoping it'd come right to his tape. A smart play, because it slows you down if you got to turn back around and look for it. Graham Brown was having none of that. He picked it off and threw it back in. Brett Costello, the captain of the Rideaus, he'll come out through. It's picked off by Blasco. Leeson couldn't get going. Cross ice pass now. Domingue. The shot, and Dallas Slack will stop that one. Onto the tape now. Blasco, look at the half wall. Throw it back to the point. Graham Brown shoots it on goal. Slack stops it, but it got caught up in the body armor of Brett Costello. Slack finds it and holds on to the draw.
And this could be a real big momentum changer in the game.
Oh, yeah. Gan has to let it go. They can't allow it to leak into the next play because it's going to blow up. And that's where the penalties start. Hello, Vivian. We love having you on the program as well. You, Gracie and Frankie there, I hope you pair. If you're not watching it together, you're enjoying it in the comfort of your own home. Yes, indeed, David. We're going to super. Big time, my man. We're going to watch that back. My goodness me, it was close. And up here, we're watching going, my God. Higgs, who is the goal-scoring leader. I think he's got 11 now in the playoffs with the 20 assists and a chance in front, and he stopped.
He almost put that in his own net.
Yes, he did. With Higgs, the goal-scoring leader, and then Ben Blasco, the passing machine. Yes, indeed. Again, that would have been something to watch. And look at the speed. First Sloan through center. Snapped a shot on and neatly kicked out by La Pizzera. It's really two great goaltenders putting on a nice show here in this series. Nathan Slack. That's over to Witzel, and he'll get himself geared up. Drops it back. A smart play with 2 minutes remaining here in the first period. Let David Bennett come out through his own zone. He tried to give it over to Andrew McKenney. He'll battle for it and try and get it back in the Gan zone. Have a quick line change. Spencer Cobalt comes out, and it's Devin Cobalt chasing after that one. Harris get through center. Puts himself into the corner. Passes it around. Paul Kowski is there first. Goes in behind to Harris. Then Strallen gets his man up against the wall there. Moving out with it now is Paul Kowski. Kicks that right out in front of the net. That was dangerous. Devin Cobalt loses that one. And Graham Brown throw it off the boards up to Paul Kowski. Throwing it back to Warren Marcotte. Across that blue line, he'll stop. Look over to Brown. Nope, back pass now. Throwing it in was Domingue, looking into the slot. Bennett got him laid, and a chance just goes to the short side and wide. 1 minute remaining here in the first period. Stay tuned, folks. In the first intermission, we'll have the Gananoque Smith Falls highlights from game one. That pass, a great stick lift from Devin Cobalt. Opportunity at the end of this period for Gan. Blasco, a chance into the slot. A spinorama there by Graham Brown. He couldn't complete it. Higgs throws it in behind the net. That almost squirts out in front of the net. But the Rideaus will throw it off the glass and down the ice. 30 seconds remaining here in the first period. 2-2 tie.
Yeah, one of the big stories of this period has been the fact there's been no penalties called so far.
You've got to love that. That icing is waved off. Would have been a good chance for Gan, but he said it touched him. And here goes the Islanders. Domingue across that blue line. Looking over far side to Higgs. He'll get him. Shoots! And he just put it up over the top shelf. And Domingue trying one last chance. That's going to do it. Stay tuned, folks. A 2-2 tie between Gan and Smith Falls. It couldn't get any better than this. So as we go into the intermission, Gananoque's highlights versus the Smith Falls Rideaus from the Lou Jeffries Arena in Gananoque in the Thousand Islands. Thanks for tuning in, folks. EOSHL TV will be back right after this.
Your starting goaltenders for tonight's game for the Smith Falls Rideaus. You got Dallas Slack with a 4-2-0 record with a 3.36 goals against average and an 8.95 save percentage. For Gananoque, Alex La Pizzera. He's boasts a 5-1-0 record with a 3.37 goals against average and a 900 save percentage.
Folks, game one of what will guarantee to be an epic showdown between two very deserving hockey clubs. You'll see it here on EOSHL TV, folks. Buckle in. The first draw, and this game is underway. And just to point out, a pack around the boards off the glass, and Gananoque is out through center. Across that blue line, a sift pass over to Domingue, and the shot through, redirect, they score! Gananoque on the board early on a rebound, and he stuffs it home. Gananoque in front of this hometown crowd gets them on the board first. Islanders, they flip it in around him. Those pants by number 24. I got to find out who that is. They are something else. Holy Dinah. their own zone.
Very burgundy.
Yeah, they are going to be a focal point for me in this game. They're going to drive me nuts. 4 is Ty Carswell. In now, the pass of the slot, scored! 2-0 early. Gananoque is one of those teams that roll with the punches. And if punches can be replaced with goals, that's their bread and butter. Shook the Wolves, and that ended up getting them the W in the long run. Russet, the give and go, toe drag, and he just couldn't complete the play. You hear the hollering from the bench. They got a 2-on-1 now because of it. Steven, the recipient, they score again! It's a 3-0 lead for the Island.
Dallas Slack right now is feeling like he's all alone on this island right now, being down 3-0.
Now restart, 35 seconds remaining. And we'll be on a power play for Gananoque for just under a minute. Drop pass to the captain. Back down to Witzel, the wrap. Scored! The give again, and tip it home in the blue paint. Oh, baby, what a goal that one was. The captain leading the way and gets his Rideaus on the score sheet before they go to the penalty kill. Polakowski to Higgs, looking back to the point. Throwing it back down low. Gananoque working him. Throwing it short side, stopped by Slack, they score! It trickled out. Nobody saw it but Polakowski. And it's 4-1 Gan. Just eludes Van Stralen. Salter hits his man along the wall. Gan, crisp, strong passes. They're hard to beat. Pass through center. Connects to Domingue. Always dangerous stick handling through 4 Rideaus. Unbelievable. And Stralen now, he'll try and get around Marcotte. He will. Tapping for the drop. Pass across, scored! Beasley with a beautiful pass and a strong play by Van Stralen has got the Rideaus cutting the lead in half. It's 4-2 Gan. Enemy lines, that shot stopped by Slack into the crease. A great play by Spencer Cobalt to move it away from the danger area. Witzel gets around a man. Moves it off the boards. Cobalt couldn't receive that pass, and Gananoque will turn it back up ice. Polkowski across the blue line. That pass over to Domingue into the slot. Chance for Higgs. Scored! The backhand finds Twine again. And the Islanders get out to a 3-goal lead once again. Unbelievable.
And who other than Brock Higgs?
Oh yeah. That created a 3-on-1 break for Gan, the deep pinching in. And the Islanders turning it around quickly to get themselves an opportunity of their own. Costello head up the whole way. Shoots and scores! Brett Costello, the captain with 2. And it's 5-3 with 5:01 to go here in the second period.
Be like Brett.
What a snapshot. He was wide open, but just couldn't get the handle on it. Townsend dumps it on La Pizzera. Looking into the slot with that one. Leeson can't get it to go. Stymied. Across the blue line on a 3-on-2. Chance of the slot. Scored! A beautiful pass back door. And it's a 6-3 lead again. A 3-goal lead for the Islanders.
The Islanders have done with Dallas Slack.
They're looking for the cross crease goal mouth pass, and it is not there. Gan is protecting La Pizzera like crazy. Now there's a pass up ice, and you see it's Sprague versus 3 guys with 1 support. That's a pass into the slot as Tate Leeson spilled in front of that net. That hit a stanchion. Leeson turns. The pass over. Scores! Leeson finds Dowdall, and he pops a goal that makes it 6-4 Gananoque. Witzel at the draw with Costello at the point. Townsend, the goal net is empty for the Rideaus. Costello, that shot from the point is stopped by La Pizzera. And he's knocked down, and Blasco chips it up to Domingue, and that's going to salt this one away.
And Domingue says, how do you do to the Rideaus fans?
Yes, indeed. Coming along for the ride. And we'll have more on Tuesday. But for tonight, Gananoque came out strong and finished strong on home ice. And they'll walk away with a 7-4 win over the Smith Falls Rideaus in Game 1 of this 5-game series. Want to do a shout out to our great sponsors from the Smith Falls Rideaus, Rob Garvin, Realtor for Remax Affiliates, and also Rideau Home Hardware Building Centers. Also, HG Roofing and Construction Services. Without your support, this could not happen. And this that we're talking about is this incredible game between the Smith Falls Rideaus and the Gananoque Islanders. Your first period summary. The Rideaus come out with 11 shots in the period. Gananoque with 7. The goals are even at 2. Theo Todd got the Rideaus off and running from Reed Russet. Then Graham Brown, the captain, from Brock Higgs and Chris Latimer. Eric Witzel of the Rideaus from Cade Townend and Devin Cobalt. And Jacob Hetherington from Brock Higgs and Chris Latimer. And Jacob Hetherington popping a goal there. And I am just checking to make sure. You see, yeah, that's his 6th game played, but it's his first point in these playoffs. And it couldn't have come at a bigger time for the Gananoque Islanders. Justin, what did you see from that first period?
Well, we saw the Rideaus do what they had to score some goals, and that's get pucks on net and traffic in front of Lapizzera, because Lapizzera's been outstanding at seeing the puck and just basically tracking it. For the Islanders, they've got a couple of squeakers that got by Dallas Slack, and a couple I think, or at least I feel that Dallas would have liked to have back.
Well, I'll tell you were saying on the one, Dallas could not see it from the point.
Yeah.
But for a goalie, if you're getting a shot from the point, you want to make that. You want to make that save. You want it to hit you. And the other end, Lapizzera, my goodness, he's something else.
He's lightning fast on his feet, and he's a battler out there. And the other thing I noticed too is you notice Tate Leeson was getting involved in a couple of giving some cross checks from Graham Brown, Mason Magnan. So he's going to be trying to get under the Islanders' skin.
Well, my favorite part of that period, no penalties on either side of the equation. And whoever just threw a puck from this side just about had it spot on. He's the closest one as they do the old puck toss here in Smith Falls.
Ooh.
Oh, he used the backboard. Wow, that one's the closest I've ever seen. But Tate Leeson, I'll tell you, it's shocking how impressive Gananoque has been in making him, he hasn't been the Tate Leeson that we've come to know and understand in Smith Falls. He, like you were saying, he's like a 3-point a game player, and throughout these playoffs, he's hitting 2.4 points a game. And Gananoque, in the coach's in the coach's room, the dressing room before every game and intermission, guaranteed they're talking about shutting down number 92. On the regular season, as I was saying, Leeson, he had 33 goals and 28 assists. He was first in goals. Mark Beckstead, second with 26. He was 6th in assists, but his 61 points was first in the league for the Smith Falls Rideaus. And for Gananoque, it was Ben Blasco. He recorded 14 goals and 19 assists on the season. So a huge difference in point production for Smith Falls and Gan throughout the regular season. It was just a different brand of hockey for Gananoque and Smith Falls throughout the regular season. And in these playoffs, Justin, as you were talking about in the opening, the power play, when you just look at that, the power play, the special teams for either side is so glaringly different. 16% power play for the Rideaus, double that, 33% for the Gananoque Islanders, and the penalty kill is roughly half the size of Gananoque, 61% for Smith Falls and 94% for Gananoque.
Yeah, Gananoque is so strong on that penalty kill, and to make matters, add insult to injury, if you are on the power play against the Gananoque Islanders, there is a very big chance you are probably going to give up a lot of shorthanded opportunities, because they have 3 shorthanded goals in these playoffs by Polakowski, Blasco, and Higgs.
And again, Kyle Dowd all for the Rideaus. Just as we mentioned him in that first period, in the second half of that first period, put on 5 or 6 great plays, one right after another. And, he's a guy that's overshadowed by a lot of star-studded hockey players, and the pair of Cobalts, and then you've got, of course, we were talking about Tate Leeson and company, but he does a great job in the shifts every time he goes out onto the ice. There's Gananoque coming in for the second period. they want to get out to a good start. They want to take the Rideaus fans out of this game. And for the Rideaus, if they can score first, it'll be huge for them. You know, they would love for that to happen. They've got a lot of fans from other teams here, actually, hoping that the Rideaus can knock off the defending champions because, you know, North Dundas being in the playoffs and the finals again, they've been there many times. They know what to expect. And if you send the Islanders back to the finals again, instead of the Rideaus, you've got experience over a team's first time being there. And for the Rockets faithful, they'd rather see the Rideau Canal come to Chesterville instead of the Thousand Islands.
As it's also closer for them, too.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so.
One thing you got to give Gananoque a lot of credit for is how they've really reinvented themselves during the season, how they've constantly readjusted their way of playing, and with the kind of players that are available to them, they've really found great ways to win games with the rosters they've had and the players they've managed to pick up. So I got to give them a lot of credit here for remaining in that championship caliber discussion, discussion with all those changes.
Spencer Cobalt chips it into the Gananoque defense, and they'll move it D to D and out to center. Good play there by Costello to knock the puck off. Kevin Domingue behind the net, rung it around the boards and down to Dallas Slack, and it's his chance now. See if he can move it to his defensive unit. Flicks it over to Costello. Throws it up into the feet of Witzel. Pass over to Spencer Cobalt, little head fake. He's a guy that can be electrifying as well for the Rideaus offense. As Tate Leeson's being kind of shut down, maybe it's Spencer Cobalt who can rise to the top and get this offense going for Smith Falls. Costello, cross ice pass to Andrew McKenney. Throw it in front of Devin Cobalt, and that's knocked off his stick. And a notable absence, it's across the blue line now for Ben Blasco. The drop pass, wide open Higgs. That shot goes up and into the mesh. Notable absence for the Smith Falls Rideaus is Brock Boisclair, number 22, and he is not in the lineup tonight for Smith Falls.
We usually hear his name quite a bit during a broadcast, so his absence is really noticed here.
100%. The draw here for Andrew Sprague, a guy who's back in the lineup. Hetherington with a goal in that first period, his first of the playoffs, snaps it on. Slack makes easy work of that, and he holds on for the whistle. Well, with the addition of Andrew Sprague, it adds that extra gear to Smith Falls, and it'll take a little bit of time for even a guy like Sprague to start to feel comfortable again 100%. And in the playoff, that's a drilled pass up and a breakaway for McKinney. What a great save by Lepizera there on a breakaway against Andrew McKenney. What a pass by David Bennett. Townsend throwing it up. That's going to be too far, and it's going to be an icing and be brought back 200 feet.
And unfortunately for McKenney, it looked like he hit a very slick part of the ice that caused him to wipe out, but pulled off a nice move. But Lepizera was fantastic with getting laterally across to prevent the goal.
I'll tell you right now, he's a 3-2 and a 6.01 goals against and an 847 save percentage in the regular season. That goaltender to our left, that's why stats are not always the end-all be-all, because if you were to look at that going into the series, you go, geez, Gann doesn't have a chance. But this is the type of goalie that he is, and I was talking to a few of the Gananoque fans, and that's what they said. They see sparkles of brilliance in his game. Just a few lopsided games in the regular season and tough nights, but that is not a showing of what Alex Lepizera can do. And it's nice to have a guy like him having a chance to do it here in the big stage in the playoffs. That's in offside by Pullen, and they'll bring it outside the zone.
Yeah, definitely about 4 feet offside on that play.
Yeah.
But yes, as I mentioned, there was a game earlier in the season that I was at where it was in Deserano, and Lepizera gave up a shot where his defenseman was screening him from behind his own blue line and just went right over his shoulder. I believe they were down by 3 goals that game, and Gananoque actually rallied back and beat the Bulldogs in Deserano, and it's a testament to he's a battler, and there's no quit in his game.
Rung around the boards, and Sloan will throw that back into the corner, and immediately when Leeson touches the puck, there's a green sweater on him. That goes back to the point, and Sloan looking for a shot through a screen, up and high, and over the net. Nathan Slack pins his man along the wall. Gananoque slashed his stick and blew it up, and they keep on playing. Sloan through center. He'll break that blue line, slip it inside the zone to Tate Leeson. Gets inside on Graham Brown, tries to throw it out in front of the net. Brown in the corner, trying to work it out. Leeson giving him all he can handle. Shipped out through center, and Leeson and Graham Brown again making sure that the time for dinner reservations after this game is correct in the neutral zone. Across the blue line, then Blasco shot towards the net. Hits a leg. Crossed up here. Domingue getting worked over by Costello, but he gets it back to Brown, and Dallas Slack stops that one. Costello, captain versus captain now. He'll snap that on, and Lepizzera stop that and hold on for the whistle.
So, great story about these Gananoque Islanders and their championship run last year is that they actually had Dallas Slack on their roster in emergency relief, and he actually took part in one of the game where Jake actually had to come out due to, I believe it was a knee or a hip injury. And Dallas came in, and the game actually ended up getting tied up by Gananoque and went to overtime. Unfortunately, they lost that game to the Rockets with the goal by Marc-Andre Labelle, but Dallas played fantastic in the time he was in there.
Devin Cobalt on the half wall trying to make something happen here. Lepizzera kicks that out, and Domingue will scamper out through center. A pass returned. When a shot it hit the skate of Slack, the blade of it, my goodness, they hit a stick and redirected. Spencer Cobalt, and that rolling puck hits the boards and careens down into Hetherington. He'll throw it to Lepizzera. He'll put that over to the tape. Marcotte, and they're out through center now. Across the line, Blasco, Domingue, back over to Blasco. Do you believe in miracles? I do. His name is Dallas Slack. Holy Dinah, indeed, what a save. Wow. Sliding across with a stick to keep it out on Blasco and Domingue's back and forth play there, and he keeps it at a 2-2 tie. Woo. Pass up through center now. Michael McKenney, the crowd still buzzing after that one. Lepizzera, he'll leave that one. Both goalies very active. And a good hit there by Van Stralen, but he stood up. That's knifed into the corner. Slack off the glass, but that's knocked down in behind the net for Bouchard. Good support by the Rideaus as they'll move that out now. Try to get their own offense going. Slack thought about coming out after it. Van Stralen's there first. Bouchard. Harris shot towards their defenseman. Latimer at the blue line. Just gets around Salter. Salter off the boards. Van Stralen, nice one-handed play into the mid-ice area. And another broken stick, but this time they're going to call the penalty. 2 minutes for slashing. $500 worth of sticks left on the ice in shambles. Thanks, Shamar.
Gotta say, Alex Lepizzera's mom is watching from Texas.
Oh, let me tell you, that's Julie.
That is Julie.
Good Lord, Julie. He is a terrific goaltender indeed. All the way from the big old Texas.
I know I like to use that reference, Texas-sized saves, but that's usually associated with Dallas Slack. But I might have to come up with maybe a Houston-sized save. I don't know.
Working it at the blue line. He'll get it along the half wall here. Smith Falls in the first power play of this game. Straddling the line, the shot goes up and hits Latimer. Now you can just 2 times it. You can use it at either end of the ice now. It's perfect. Townsend flips that pass, almost picked off there and moved up ice for Harris. And back into his own zone, knifes it down. Costello playing catch with himself. And what a nice play there to get the puck back. Brett Costello. That pass over to Sprague is a good one. We're inside the zone now. Trying to get it behind the net is Sprague in that danger area. Costello at the point. The pass over. Townsend. Shot! Stopped somehow by Town. Shoots again. LaPazzera on a rolling puck. Holds on to that one. And a bit of rough stuff in front of that net.
And look who's in the middle of it with Graham Brown.
Indeed.
Tate Leeson.
13:50 to go here in the second. Minute and 2 on the power play for the Rideaus.
Sprague is getting a little involved in that as well with the little shoving with Graham Brown.
Absolutely. They, if you're not scoring, you got to find another way to contribute and give some pushback against the opposition. Physical areas will do wonders for their hockey club. Arcott drilled it in behind the net, but they come back out to the other side, and Blasco, he'll backhand that to the neutral zone. Witzel going over to Andrew McKinney, but he's alone. He gave a return pass to Witzel. He'll leave it for Spencer Cobalt. Muscles his way into the zone. A pass cross ice to Theo Todd. Oh my goodness. McKinney was wide open on that right side, and a great defensive play by the Islanders thwarts that opportunity. Dallas Slack leaves it there for Bennett. The Rideaus out through center. A backhand pass goes right to Spencer Cobalt, and he'll throw it in around the net. Andrew McKinney in his feet. Chipped out the blue line and gone. 20 seconds remaining in the power play. Slack doesn't see an open lane. He'll just smart hold on to that one for Bennett. And this power play's coming to an end. Smith Falls had some really good chances, and that's a turnover. Doming stopped by Dallas Slack. Boy, oh boy.
Looked like
Slot shot stopped by Slack again.
That first
Flipped
save
out.
looked like it went off his skate.
Flipped out through center, and Andrew McKinney took the hit, tried to keep on trucking. Witzel, chip pass into the zone, up the ice, and another break. Polkowski, he's got a 3-on-2. Domingue looking for a shot. Stop, score! Bouchard on the rebound, and Gananoque has a lead, 3-2. And Dallas Slack, you can see, is not too happy with that one. Nothing he can do on a 3-on-2. 3 great players like that.
No, and he did what every goalie needs to do in that situation, make that first save. And unfortunately, there was the wide open, the wide open part where, or how should I say, the slot was wide open for the rebound.
Indeed. And 2 passes out of the zone that did not work out for Smith Falls. And you may get away with one, and it was with Kevin Domingue. But the second one there, Polkowski leading the charge. Got it into the capable hands of his teammates, and they popped her home. It's no ice. Slack thought it was an icing, and he'd have come out and played that. Costello in the corner loses it to Pullen. Reed Russet in behind the net, kicks it up. Costello there to support. Gingerly out of his own zone to Sprague. He's trying to get around his man. And Brown takes his man down going to the net, and it's going to be called right there in front of the net for interference. And Smith Falls will go back to the power play with 11:54 here to go in the second period. Yeah, I don't know. He looks like he's in a little bit of pain here as well. Kyle Dowdall of the Smith Falls Rideaus.
Looks like he's got a little, he's limping.
He's hobbling.
And that's a big loss for the Islanders right now with Graham Brown in the box, as he is a key contributor to that penalty kill. We'll see how the Islanders adapt to this situation.
Good to see you in the chat there, Joshua. Hope your night at work isn't going too rough. It's drilled in behind the net. Devin Cobalt will spin that back to Tate Leeson. First time he's had a little bit of room with the puck in 2 games. He's at the dot now. Back to Townsend. Over to Leeson. He should shoot this. He'll walk in. He stops, throws it. Scored! Oh! What happened there? Boy, oh boy.
Glasgow gave the shove first, and then it all unleashed after that. So we'll see what they're going to call.
Phantom play there is Sprague. I don't think he even touched that. That shot
so?
by Leeson. No, maybe he did. But this is letting your emotions get the better of you. Cobalt is going to be gone for a little while here, and the hit after the whistle as well, knocking down a Rideau. Just as the penalty, they get a power play goal. Just as that happens, they could have possibly been on the power play. And Were you saying that Sprague touched that?
It looked like
Were you?
Sprague
I
touched
wasn't
it.
sure.
It looked like Sprague touched it, but we'll see what the official goal call is. He was in perfect position for the tip.
Yes, he was. The screen in front. Oh, it's going to be a power play for Gananoque. And Smith Falls wants a reasoning why, because
Blasco was the initial instigator, the aggressor in that situation.
I mean, I figured Smith Falls would be getting a power play, and that there would just even it up. But he dumped him pretty good after that goal.
If anything, you have offsetting minors.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking was going to happen.
But hey, sometimes that's the way hockey is, right? Like sometimes, you take one out of that pile.
Yep. Huh. I mean, Gan has 4 guys on the ice right now. Oh, there's their 5th.
And now look out for this dangerous power play.
Yeah. As we were saying at the top of the broadcast, Gananoque sitting at a 94% kill and a 33% power play. So special teams for these guys is at a premium. And in is Blasco. That pass to Polkowski hits the blade. Looking in behind the net into the corner. Back to the point. Straddle that wall. Down low behind the goal line. Doming, it was a tip. He gets his first goal of the playoffs on a redirect from Tate Leeson's shot. And La Pizzera, he had no chance on that one. If it was a shot, he would have tricked La Pizzera, and it wouldn't have been a good goal. But that was terrific then if Tate Leeson got a piece of that one to redirect that through the wickets of La Pizzera. The referee are not happy, or the fans are not happy right now with that power play coming to Gananoque that has 1 minute and 9 seconds remaining on it. A wholesale change for the Rideaus. Doming, that cross ice pass. And whoa, boy, that's going to be 2 minutes for Van Stralen. And for 56 seconds, Gananoque is going to have a 5-on-3. This is not the time now to let your emotions get the better of you. And right now,
James has just quit.
Lord above.
I got to give Andrew Sprague a lot of credit. He is the smallest guy on the ice and drove right to the net for that tip on that power play. And
just coming back from an injury.
Yeah, the guy gave him lots of credit.
They got Marcotte out there at the draw. Gananoque will want to work this inside the zone as long as they can. 50 seconds remaining in the 5-on-3.
Got Mason Magnin right in front.
Sets that over and a ripped shot, and Dallas Slack kicks out the right pad. Doming and Brown will switch sides now. Looking to get down low. Back to Brown. Sprague is off and running. Can he get it from La Pizzera? A line change for the Rideaus. Flipped it over Sprague, and he kept going on it. Great shift for number 76. 22 seconds remaining. Graham Brown will get it in over the blue line quickly. And then Doming playing point. Doming in his feet, back to Brown. Brown, he's got a boomer. Doming gets into the slot, shoots it, and a redirect caught by Slack and enjoyed by these fans.
The Rideaus are playing the triangle right now, which is the right formation to counter the Islanders' power play right now. Take away that cross seam pass.
5 seconds left. They got to get a quick draw and a quick shot to keep the power play going that has 1 minute 9 left on it. Witzel does the right. Oh, he just about tied that up. 2 seconds. Doming cross ice pass, chipped over to Polkowski, and he couldn't find the handle. Polkowski back to the blue line. Doming 5-on-4 now. The redirect again. Dallas Slack can't get an easy shot on him. They're all redirects, and that now Dallas Slack did knock the net off, but the net was already off. He was just trying to show the ref, look, the net's off the pegs. It's not like he knocked it off. It was already off it was already out of position. He just made sure the ref knew, look, it's off. We need a whistle.
Yeah, it looked like it didn't take very much for it to come off.
No. 49 seconds remaining in the power play and 9:16 in the period. We're just past the halfway point, folks, of game 2. draw to the half wall. Polkowski wins that battle, but Beasley gets it right back and gets it just past the outstretched arms. Kevin Domingue ran across the line. That was close. Blasco, he throws it back to the point. Graham Brown the shot, blockered out by Dallas Slack. Graham Brown again, straddles that blue line. Gets it over to Brock Higgs. Higgs down low, trying to walk the line here. He'll get it back to the point. Domingue, that shot hits a foot. And Witzel, he just can't get out in front of Domingue on this one. Through the neutral zone, a 3-on-2 chance. Graham Brown, that drop pass now, over again, into the slot. It's off the heel of the stick to the point, shot through, just misses the net wide. And they're getting Slack moving all over the place with these shots. And the opportunities coming fast and furious. Witzel now, across the blue line. He heard Beasley calling for it, and he spun around, knocked off his stick, and that's back into the zone. 2-on-1 break now. Brock Higgs in his feet. The pass over, and an incredible effort by Sprague.
And they're giving Sprague a penalty.
To knock that away, and I must have missed the penalty. I'm not sure who it's coming to.
I think it's coming to Sprague for delay of game for knocking the net off.
That he broke up the 2-on-1 and continued sliding into the net. That can't be the penalty. It is.
Yep.
No, it's not. It is.
Looks like it.
I'm not rightly sure what's. No, it's. It's Kyle Dowdall. He's getting 2 minutes. Say, what is Sprague supposed to do on that one?
I just saw the official looking over.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
No, I thought so too. I didn't see the other play because I watched what was going. And I'm going, there's no way. Sprague dove, made a beautiful defensive play. His momentum carried him into the net. So it was something else that we didn't see, but might have been a scrum play in front of that net. Gann again to the power play, and Smith.
Dallas
Slack got 2 for slashing.
That's too much for slashing, not slacking.
Slacking, yeah, something Dallas never does is slack off. It's into the corner now, and Gann looking to get out to a lead here, and the Rideaus hoping to get away with a lot of penalty trouble here. There's a call. That's going to be a hold. Spencer Cobalt. Something we were talking about on the car ride home in game 1 is Rideaus keeping their feet moving. Spencer Cobalt keeping his feet moving there resulted in that power play.
Yeah, he's got wheels, and that's really one player. Sometimes you need to take a penalty on to slow him down.
You betcha. And you see the Rideaus fist bumping going to the bench going, what an effort there, 23. Attaboy, Spencer. And you know, it's tough. I mean, you can't just let him get by you. He did everything he could to stop a breakaway on Spencer Cobalt on that one.
And you got Sprague on the face-off here, and he's just having a heck of a game. He's breaking up plays, scoring goals, doing everything that the Rideaus need.
The worst comment for the Gananoque Islanders is what you just said, because if Andrew Sprague gets rolling, I mean, the Rideaus led the entire USHL in goals without Andrew Sprague in the lineup for most of the season. And there he is, folks, 76. He's one of my favorite players in this league. He's not a big guy, but he plays big and he does everything right. Fast player. Whenever I say on a broadcast, boy, I wish he'd shoot more. He scores 3 goals because he is a pass-first guy. Look at that, his head down. Marcotte could not get a piece of him. 2-on-1 on goal. Bennett, now nice move around. Slot, score! Tate Leeson, finally through all the cobwebs, is able to get a seam and put one home. 4-on-4, but it's 4-3 Smith Falls.
Leeson right there to ring the doorbell.
What a pass and what a goal. Tate Leeson, and this crowd went ballistic on that one. You're not going to stop Leeson from the top of the circle. You're definitely not going to stop him from the top of the blue paint. It's wide open like that. Marcotte, pass up. It's 4-on-4 action for another 35 seconds. Gananoque working it inside the zone. Good body there by Sloan. Now Spencer Cobalt wheeling in his own zone and out through center. Across the line. He's got a bit of room here. Gets it over. Theo Todd, and he just couldn't find the handle on that one. It's gobbled up by La Pizarra. 13 seconds. Smith Falls will be on the power play for 30.
So it's Leeson from Bennett and Sprague.
Oh, that's Sprague. Can't keep him off the score sheet for long, and it's the same with Tate Leeson. They're just too good. Gann doing everything they can to shut those pair down as well. That's back to Costello. A snap, a shot through, and the redirect from Theo Todd, just about finding Twine. And 2 seconds remaining. They're going to want to drill it down, but they can't without an icing. And now the Smith Falls Rideaus will have 30 seconds to try and get a power play goal of their own. Costello waits it out. You don't want to rush it. Two Rideaus on the right, and one of them was Dowdall. He'll throw it in behind the net to get set up for 15 seconds. Tate Leeson, 2 green sweaters on him. Brown along the boards. He'll flip it to the point. Costello will pick that one up. Penalty is now over. And they're out through center ice now. Gananoque, drop pass. Nice move. Shoots it. And I think that might have been stopped there by Harris. He's hit against the wall. Another hit. And they're out. Tate Leeson immediately as he touches it. That's going to be an icing. They're not going to get a line change. That's why he flipped it in, as this line is tired. But with 5:16 to go, Tate Leeson, you can see the frustration. He's leaking acid here. He is really at the end of a long, hard shift.
Get him a banana.
Indeed, a little potassium. This would be a good time for Dallas Slack to have a goaltending equipment issue that takes them about 30 to 45 seconds to fix. Draw to the right of him here, and Leeson not having a good time of Blasco with the draw, but he'll get into the dot here now. Kyle Dowdall wondering what he done wrong. Leeson. Oh, it's got to be a defenseman coming in, that's right.
No, hold on.
Well, there's Andrew McKenney. Oh boy. This is good for Smith Falls. Give them a little breather. Chipped out and down the ice. Leeson sprinting after this one, and that's to get a line change. Smart play by him. I love that when they sprint off the ice for a line change. Tate Leeson just did that. McKenney across the line, fakes the drop pass, got himself a little bit of space. Pizarra stops his own defenseman shot on him and kicks that one out.
Yeah, it went right off the skate.
Beasley in his own zone. The pass over to Bennett. That's flipped up. That's a high stick. And it'll come down to Marcotte's stick, and it'll be a face-off inside the zone with 4:44 remaining here in the second period. A 4-3 Smith Falls lead. Yeah, back and forth action from these two hockey clubs has not slowed down at all. The hits still keep coming, and the intensity just continues to build as every second tips off this clock. We hope you're enjoying it at home, folks, as this is quite a game. Beasley, the shot through. Witzel there. Beat up there by Brown, and the backhander just missed the short side. Devin Cobalt throwing it in behind the Spencer Cobalt. Hetherington giving him all he can handle. The pass goes to the point. A shot through by Beasley. Missed the short side. Graham Brown knifes that up to Pullen. Pass over there. Will not connect to Mangan. And out comes the Rideaus the other way. Spencer Cobalt knew he was getting hit. Tried to get it in deep, but a good defensive play kept that from happening. Graham Brown gets to the blue line. They thought he was going to shoot it in, but he's got some space there, which was taken away by the Rideaus. Back to the point, Mangan. He'll get it along the wall and throw it back down deep inside the Rideau zone. Devin Cobalt chips that up the mid-ice area. And Gananoque will get a wholesale change and try and slow this play down. That pass out of the reach of Pullen. They are going to need a line change for Gann as well. Witzel to Michael McKenney. McKenney across the line now. One hands it, and he just about got by Polkowski, but he is something special defensively. And out they come. Higgs dancing through center ice, and that's going to be brought down for a faceoff with 3:20 to go here in the second. We are, Josh. We're having a great time here. Where are y'all from? We got some people from Texas, Newfoundland in the chat, Florida, Kingston, Ontario. Let us know as Sloan brings it in across the line. The puck hits a pebble on the ice and hops over his stick. Back around to the other side. Steven knew something was coming, and he moves that puck out through center with speed, head up the whole way. Salter was taking advantage of him on that one, but just missed the target.
In attendance for tonight's game, we do have some North Dundas Rockets players in attendance. We got Derek Frodes, who is here tonight.
Oh,
in
really?
attendance.
The hat-trick hero in game 1 of that Manitic series as they put the Mariners on ice. East final. Scouting out who they'll face in the EOSHL Championship, which we will have live for you. Chesterville is really difficult to go live there, but we're going to do our very best. But guaranteed here in Smith Falls or Gann, we'll be live for every one of those games. Graham Brown looking to the slot. LaPazzera, an active stick. Chance shot. LaPazzera, short side, snares that and holds on for the draw.
There's nothing that feels better as a goalie than when the puck hits you between the legs and you just squeeze them for dear life, hoping it didn't squeeze through.
100%. The draw to the right. LaPazzera. Russell, the shot, far side out of that scrum. Townsend can't find the handle on that one. It's right up in the air. Didn't land where he wanted it to. Todd, what eyes? Leeson! Oh boy, that he's had the puck for a second and a half, and it looked like a goal every time he touches it. And Theo Todd somehow found him through that maze. Across the blue line now, a nice move to get around him. One more to beat. The tic-tac couldn't become a toe. It's just a pinky. Reed Russet out of his own zone, and a penalty coming. And Islanders have stopped playing in their own zone, and an offside.
It looks like Blasco is going to be going.
Leeson in behind the play with Ben Blasco, him, Domingue, and another. Oh, it's coincidental minors? I'm not sure. We're trying to find out right now. We thought that it was a Gananoque penalty, but with Smith Falls with control of the puck and the puck being blown dead, I guess it's coincidental minors for either side.
And Blasco got a little extra shove to the back of the head of Leeson afterwards.
Oh, did he?
He did. I don't know what the call is going to be, if there's going to be an extra 2, or I guess we're going to find out what the official score or the official decision on this will be.
Well, the door is open for Smith Falls, and yeah, Tate Leeson must be a retaliatory penalty. That negates the power play for Gananoque, but it's a face-off inside the zone of the Islanders in a 5-on-5 situation. Bennett, Witzel, the Cobalts, and Beasley out on the ice. Sounds like a goal, but they're countered by Polkowski, Latimer, Pullen, Harris. And it looks like Graham Brown on the far left side there having a couple words with Spencer Cobalt.
Gananoque loses the assist leader, and Smith Falls loses the goal leader.
All the fans are enjoying this one for good reason. That draw, nice play by Spencer Cobalt, ripped on goal. Comes down to a Gananoque Islander, Graham Brown. He couldn't get through. They got 3 of them caught in the middle. Devin Cobalt, the shot, the rebound, and LaPazzera keeps it tight and holds the fort. Gan's zone. Nice move there by Harris to get around him. He's going behind the net, looking back to the point. He'll chip it down low to Pullen. Pullen hit by Beasley. Beasley, he's got some time now. He'll get it to Spencer Cobalt. Flipped out through center. Down the zone. Devin Cobalt with 1:05 to go. Throwing it out. Polkowski flips it out through center ice. Beasley knocks that down. Chips it into the zone, and they'll get a line change. 1 minute to go before our first 40 is done. Good hit there by Beasley. Dallas Slack behind the net. He'll chip it for Bennett. Beasley will get there first, throwing it over to Dowdall. Polkowski loses that one to Andrew McKenney. And they're out through center. Andrew Sprague with lightning in his skates, trying to get around him. Puts it on goal. And it's thwarted, and they're back. Bouchard inside his own territory. Behind the play, a lot of rough housing going on. Shot, stopped by Slack, and they'll give it to Slack. He'll hold on for the whistle. Stay tuned, folks, in the second intermission, and we'll recap again the highlights for Barry's Bay versus Smith Falls. That's how we got to this series, as it was in our pregame, but not now is when we have most of our viewers, and we'll have that highlight package for you going into the second intermission. A lot going on in that play.
Yeah, Chris Latimer and Andrew Sprague sharing words. We're exchanging words right now, but they were battling hard going up the ice, giving each other some extra shoves.
Back in behind the net, Townsend flips that up and into the clouds. And when it comes down, there'll be 9.5 seconds remaining here in the second period.
That's a rarity in this building. Unlike in Tweed or Westport, those buildings with the lower ceiling.
Piccadilly.
Yeah, Piccadilly. You got the aluminum foil over the ceiling with the puck holes through them.
Draw to the left of Dallas Slack, 9.5 seconds. That's one back to Spencer Cobalt. And they'll allow this period to dribble down and get them all set up for the third period, which should be an epic finish for these two incredible teams. We'll have the scoring summary, the shot totals. Oh boy, that's Graham Brown knocking Witzel to the ice. Now a great idea here for Smith Falls and Witzel will be to skate away. I'm pretty sure that they caught, yeah, it's 2 minutes. Yeah, they see the ref saying, did you see that? Yes, indeed. And I think Gananoque is going to be down a man going into the third period. Intensity ramping up. Emotions are high. Neither one of these two teams want to lose a game and give the other team an opportunity to get momentum. And right at center ice, they're trying to pull Tate Leeson away. Retaliatory penalties are just so frustrating for any team, and you've got to stay away from it. Michael McKenney.
You definitely do not want to take those retaliatory penalties, especially if you're Smith Falls. You don't want to be facing a Gananoque power play.
All right, so we're going to go to the final 20. We go to the second intermission, the Barry's Bay Smith Falls final. Right now, folks, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back right after this. Opening face-off from Smith Falls, Game 5, do or die for these two incredible hockey clubs. And I'll tell you right now, the corner. And back the other way they come on a 2-on-1. Stay with McKenzie. Stay on a breakaway. Scored! Jared Stay. And listen to that crowd. My goodness. That's got to be tough for Smith Falls with such a roar of the crowd. Pre-game.
Yeah, Bennett was one of my guests on the USHL podcast. Bennett played a little bit in the NCAA, and he's a very underrated blue liner, and he's a fantastic penalty killer. I know Brett Costello
scored! The shot, the redirect, it's 2-0 Wolves. Guys being so, what's that word, where you're not all high on yourself?
Very humble.
Yes, and I love that. It makes you like the player even more. That draw goes in behind the net. Rook, flip it from the corner around to Enright. He gets his feet moving quick, trying to get it to Peg. Peg's had 2 huge goals for Madawaska Valley in this series as well. Back to the point and a chance. Ripped a shot, scored! Slack ripped it from the point. Finds a hole through Lipinski. And Smith Falls is on the score sheet now. Harris, that pass over. And McKenzie on a break. 2-on-1. Rebound, and he scored! Brett McKenzie, the fire wagon. Hockey commence. This is something we haven't seen all series. Goals, and more. A chance for the leading scorer on goal. Scores! Wow. What a move, and that's why he's the leading scorer for a reason. Throws it through the wickets. 5 goals in 6 minutes and 24 seconds. Holy toe drag, knocked off his stick. Leeson That drop pass goes into the slot. Townsend's there. The pass into the slot, and he scored! Oh, my word! It's 3-3. Smith Falls is on a roll.
And Leeson just said that, how do you do to the Wolves fans in the crowd? These two guys are looking to maybe get some hats thrown on the ice today.
Campbell over to Kelly. Back over to Stay. Stay looking to the point, but they got it covered, and he'll go back down low to Lapine. Lapine, he's been lightning rod for the Wolves in this series. Campbell at the blue line. He'll throw it across ice now. Stay down low to Lapine. McKenzie giving him fits in the slot. Slot scored! My goodness me, the fits are continuing, and McKenzie, that big body, he's hard to contain, and it's a 4-3 Madawaska Valley lead. They had 11 assists, if you can believe that. That's chipped in to Fleming. He'll try and get it across ice. Smith Falls now closing off the gaps around him. Cross scored! What a pass and what a goal! It's 4-4 with 4:57 remaining. Lipinski comes out to play it. Throws it around along the glass. Kept by Cobalt. He'll throw it in the corner. Lapine takes the hit into the slot. Back to the point, Costello. Snap that through, scores! Redirected in front. Smith Falls has got a lead. It's 5-4 for the home squad. Donald, Summers, hits a man, chance, score! Ripped it top shelf, and Michael McKinney gives the Rideaus a 2-goal lead.
And basically get his kitchen.
Got to get it a half a foot off the ice. It's got to come over his pad. He's really, really good down low. Shoot away from his glove, because I'm telling you, anything in that, it's like the Bermuda Triangle. You throw it through his glove, it doesn't come back. Lapine throwing it into the slot for Peg. He couldn't complete that. Harris, the backhander, and stick flailing, turns into this. Tate Leeson. Leeson!
Hat-trick goal.
And he scores!
And Devin Campbell is not happy.
It's a 7-4 lead. But the pack mentality from the Rideaus is starting to shine through. Stay. Cross over now. Benjamin into the slot. It's knocked off his stick. Scored!
Wow.
Devin Campbell, what a backhander that was.
Billy, you were talking about he hasn't scored yet. Well, there's his first goal.
Summers shot through, hit a leg, stay in front. He scored! Jared Stay between the legs and put her home on the rebound. And with 1:49 to go, they're down by 1. It's face-off, scrummed, kicked, and Smith Falls wins it. And this game is over. Cheer on, Smith Falls, because you're going on to meet the Gananoque Islanders in the West Conference Finals and get your chance at redemption. They were ousted by the defending champions last season, well, the champions, eventual champions last season, and they'll get their chance to bring it back this year. And they felt like they were shortchanged last year, and they'll look to beat them this year. And for the Madawaska Valley Wolves, keep your head high. You guys played incredible in your second season in the league. we are back. 40 down, 20 to go. And the summary from the second period, folks. Sorry, I'm winded. I had to hot-foot it back here. 10-10 even shots on goal in the second period, 21-17 in favor of Smith Falls. And the goal scoring summary for the second is as follows. Cole Bouchard from Kevin Domingue and Ryan Polkowski. Then Andrew Sprague getting his first of the playoffs from Tate Leeson and Cade Townend. And then Tate Leeson getting on the score sheet from David Bennett and Andrew Sprague. Oh, just 1 second. Laura, take a drink. A few penalties in that second period. Finally, a very rough period, and definitely some deserving penalties. I was talking to Rob Sadler, Justin, in the intermission, and he was saying that I was asking him, which team would you rather face, Smith Falls or Gananoque in the finals? And his first response was, I can't get a read on either one of them. He can't find the weaknesses in either side to give him a decision on which side he'd like to play. The only thing he'd said was, he's heard a lot of people say it'd be nice to see a different finals matchup. So Smith Falls would be a good bet, but he said Gananoque is a good hockey club, so it's anybody's guess who they'll meet in that finals.
Absolutely, and I spoke with Derek Froats during intermission, and he pretty much told me the same thing.
It's something, man. And you were saying Froatsy was a bit of a fisticuffs guy in his minor days.
Yeah, so after I uploaded the GoPro footage to our YouTube channel from the All-Star game, I had a suggestion saying videos you might like, and it was all Derek Froats versus somebody. One of it was like Derek Froats versus Jared Stahl, one of the Stahl brothers. So I messaged him like, I didn't know you did that. You were such a big fighter. And he was like, yeah, I fought about 10 to 15 times a year in junior.
A year?
Yeah, a year.
Wow. Froats, one of the best captains you're ever going to see in the EOSHL, and he'll be captaining the North Dundas Rockets as they make their fourth trip to the finals. James, have you liked this first 40 or what? Have you liked this first 40 or what?
Yep.
In one word, he just explained the entire game that we just saw in front of us. It's incredible. You can't teach that.
And you know what? James was telling me prior to the game, this is his favorite arena to be at to do a game. So
Justin was trying to pull to get this to be the All-Star game for next season.
Hey, it's not up to me, but I definitely feel like this venue would just sparkle this league in terms of attracting a lot of people. It's very central to the East and the West. And just overall, it's a comfortable arena with all these seats. It's not like we have benches or anything like that. It's great. You got your standing room, you got your seats, and the view in this arena. There's not a bad place to see the game in this arena.
Yeah, the bird's eye view up above both goaltenders' cages is really nice, and even though they have probably the most comfortable seats in the EOSHL, there's so many people that would rather stand than sit. But we got the third period underway, and Beasley at the point shoots it through the redirect. LaPazzera out to challenge the rebound and comes up with another great save to keep his Islanders down by one.
And if you recall, Billy, we did the skills competition for the Smith Falls Rideaus during the offseason, and that was actually a lot of fun.
It really was. Yeah, they showcased everything that they have to give, and it was on full display. To the right of LaPazzera. Face off. Higgs looking to win this one, but Russet won it. The scrum draw comes to the Islander stick. Out through center comes Marcotte wheeling, gets deep, the shot, and Dallas Slack steered that one aside with the blocker. Out through the mid-ice area. Gan turns it, Domingue, they're backing up. Gananoque allowing the Islanders to come in. That could become dangerous. Back to the point, the shot, redirect, and somehow that one stayed out. And a long pass and a breakaway. Fertilisin on goal. Scores! Tate Leeson! There it is. The leading goal scorer in the EOSHL marks Twine again. And it's 5-3 Smith Falls.
I was chatting with Tate Leeson yesterday. I told him, like, you just never stop moving.
Pardon?
I was chatting with Tate Leeson yesterday, and I was telling him, like, you just never stop moving.
Yes.
And that's definitely a strength to his game, is he's always moving, and, you know, he creates his chances.
Well, it seems to be split in the chat there, Justin. Gan and Rideaus supporters. It's nice to see. Around him on Wayman a chance, and he's been relatively quiet in this one. I don't know if he's had a ton of shifts in this game, but usually 77 for Gananoque is a spark plug for the Islanders. Reed Russett and Theo Todd getting in on the assists as well for Smith Falls as Tate Leeson pops another one. I think that's his second of the game, and that would be his 10th goal of the guy. Doesn't stop scoring. Tate Leeson, number 92 of the Smith Falls Rideaus. That hits a leg, and Andrew Sprague, backhand pass through center. Andrew McKenney knocked off his stick, off the glass, and Paul Kowski, the neutral zone. That's in onside. Trying to get after that was McKenney. What a stick there. He's got Sprague with him. Andrew McKenney into the slot. A penalty coming to Gan. Bennett trying to circle the wagon behind the net. Goalie is pulled. The extra skater is out. A negated penalty. Andrew McKenney flips that off the boards nicely to Kate Townsend. Into the slot to the point. Fake shot. Tate Leeson straddles that blue line and gets it in low. The shot hits a leg, bounces back out to center ice. And Smith Falls here. It'll allow the clock to run a little bit. And they'll throw it back again. Bennett, they'll start it back up. This is good for the Rideaus. You want that clock to dwindle down as much as you can. And the speedy Sprague into his own zone. What a nice move. Ooh, boy, oh boy. Guy right there, Justin, can stick handle in a phone booth.
Yes, he can, and you know, and he's the smallest guy on the ice, and Sprague just knows how to create open ice for himself, and he really knows how to separate himself from defenders. Start this power play.
Draw to the right. Oh, were you talking, Justin?
Yeah, so to start this power play, we've got the Witzel line out right now with Cobalt.
I can't actually hear Justin. He can hear me talking, so if I cut him off sometimes, I can't hear him talking.
That's all good.
But 140 in a power play for Smith Falls. Spencer Cobalt flipped it in. A chance now short side. Tried the slot, and La Pizzera comes up again big for his Islanders. That shot down the ice. Slack will come out to meet that one. He's just so confident with that puck. Nice little pass over to Theo Todd.
He has 2 assists so far in these playoffs.
He'll go around behind the net, allow his guys down to the zone, throwing it back to Spencer Cobalt. He'll drill that in around the wall, and there's Hetherington. But he's stick checked, and it's Witzel looking for Spencer Cobalt in the slot, but Hetherington bodies him against the wall. Chance in front. There's 2 guys open. And the touch pass is flipped out to center ice. Bennett can't control that one. Being pressed by Higgs. Devin Cobalt sees an opening, and he'll take it. Spencer Cobalt around him, controls that puck, and couldn't get the chance in the slot, but it comes right back down to the Rideaus. They throw it in a nice deflection pass to the stick to slow it down for Costello. Backdoor pass to Tate Leeson. Leeson looking back to the point. They'll set this one up. Townsend over to Leeson. Back down below the goal line. Looking out in front, a terrific defensive play by Jacob Hetherington, and they'll throw it down the ice. Wholesale change for both sides, and only 20 seconds to go here in the power play, but the wheels of Sprague have sprung across that line. He's knocked down, and he was hit there. Good Lord above, and he's slow to get up. And he'll come off the ice. That looked like it could have hurt. 4 seconds, and this power play is over. Hetherington trying to move it back up quickly, but Leeson has other plans, and it's to come in and create something out of nothing. Michael McKenney trying to get it over to Kyle Dowdall. No, is that? Yeah, Dowdall throwing it in behind the net. Leeson hops on him as the Zamboni. That spot where the Zamboni comes out is tricky. Good play by Cade Townsend to keep that inside the zone. They're doing a line change, and Smith Falls is hemming in the Islanders, throwing it back in behind the net. Bounces over Michael McKenney, but Townsend there pinching in. He's boarded against the wall by Steven. 2 Islanders there to take him, and great support by Van Stralen trying to dig that puck out. My goodness, if Townsend comes out of this alive, he'll be lucky. Off the glass and back to the blue line for Salter. He's trying to keep the line, but it's out through center for Harris, and the Islanders wheeling. Harris gets inside, and a great defensive play by Sloan, and it took him down, and the Islanders were wanting 2 on that one. Reed Russell will chip it in. Pizzera leaves it there for Marcotte. He throws it up through center, and an errant pass goes to Nathan Slack. He'll drill it back down low. Pizzera will leave it. Ripped it along the wall for Polkowski. And the Islanders will set up and start to march out of their own zone with 14 minutes and 15 remaining here in the final frame, trying to catch Polkowski backdoor. Back to the blue line. Latimer throws it along the wall into the corner. Beauty move there by Bouchard to the tape, and Marcotte just ripped it far side and wide. And Theo Todd, he's knocked down in the mid-ice area, and Gananoque is going to take 2 minutes as Theo Todd was drilled here at center ice.
Yeah, he got hit in the numbers, and I didn't see who committed the foul, but it was definitely a hit to the back and to the numbers. So
I don't think it ever reached his tape.
I don't know if they're going to call it from a hit from behind or interference. So we'll see what the call is. Big opportunity here for the Rideaus to take a 3-goal lead.
That would
they
be
can capitalize.
That would be huge. The power play for the Rideaus is in sparkling. They've really worked the offensive zone well. Higgs at the draw. He can't win it, so the Rideaus will control. Townsend will walk in. Backhand slot! Stowe, a great defensive play there by Brock Higgs. He can't just score goals. He's got to play D as well, which he does in a fine fashion. Sprague to the wide open Tate Leeson. Snapped a shot. La Pizzera flashes the leather and makes a great save.
Very interesting setup with Brett Costello in front of the net and Andrew Sprague
Surprising,
quarterbacking the
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, it's terrific. Costello's a tough guy and commands the captaincy role to the full extent, and he takes it very seriously. He is all hands on deck for the Rideaus this season, as he has been every season, but this year there's something in the air for the Rideaus. Leeson all over Brown, forces a turnover. But Brown strong in the puck from one captain to another, and he'll snap that down on Dallas Slack. He'll leave it for Costello. And right now, Dallas Slack will get an assist if they score on this play. Costello to Dowdell. They'll chip it in. It's back to Costello. He'll go rink wide, and now he won't get an assist. Townsend to Dowdell in his feet. Blasco, if he would have known it was a one-on-one, he might have turned, but he gets it up to Higgs to make it a one-on-one chance. Dallas Slack stops that one in his pads. This crowd is lively here at the Memorial Center. What a move by Leeson. He's getting himself some space now. Shoots it, and La Pizzera makes a stop. Even with Islanders draped on him, the great players like him can find lanes and find openings when others would just give up. But Tate Leeson is giving it his all against this Islanders stingy defense. And Rideaus, with 29 seconds remaining, he'll turn it back inside their own zone to reboot. Spencer Cobalt being pushed in behind his own net by Justin Stephen. Dan Bennett. Flip to Andrew McKenney. It's going to be too far, and no icing. They are upset on the Gan bench. Devin Cobalt shoots it through, and La Pizzera through a screen steers that one aside. Spencer Cobalt. They're looking back to the point. They'll get Devin. The penalty is now over. The pass to the top of the circle. Spencer tried to get it down low to Witzel. And that one will roll to Alex La Pizzera, and he'll hold on for the whistle. You can hear Gananoque screaming from the bench for an icing on that play, and they didn't get it. Oh, sorry, son. James was pointing out prior to the game, we hit 1,600 followers prior to the game. Thank you, EOSHL Nation, for your continued support. Our goal in the summer was to get to 1,000, and that can't be right. But right now, it's rung up as a 22-17 shots on goal in favor of Smith Falls. Bouncing puck through center. Graham Brown can't settle it down. Right now, they'll wheel through center. Reed Russett trying to go through the legs. That was a nice try there to get through Domingue. With the quick feet, stop that from happening. Polkowski put it on, and Dallas Slack will make a nice save there and hold on for the whistle.
It's going to be probably one of the easiest saves of the night.
11:21 to go here in the third period, and it's finally an easy stop. Everything's been through a screen, a bouncing puck, redirect, rebound for Dallas Slack. And you see the score sheet. It doesn't look like he's been busy, but every opportunity by the green and silver have been 10 bell chances. Graham Brown has been a respectable captain for Gananoque. The way he communicates from what I see up here, I'm a long way away. He does it in a respectable fashion. You'd have to ask the referees if I'm reading that correctly, but he's doing a great job down there on the ice.
Kind of reminds me a bit of a Shea Weber kind of persona on the ice. Like a man mountain, as they used to call Shea Weber.
Mountain, yes, sir.
Just the way he plays, he just demands respect, and he gets that out there.
Andrew Sprague throws that on. Pizzera will steer it aside. Blasco skates out through center. The pass, it's the tape of Domingue. Using a bit of a support. Oh, that's a penalty coming in front of the net to Andrew McKenney. That'll be for interference, tripping, or holding. It's going to be interference.
Big opportunity here for the Gananoque Islanders to
devastating, Justin.
Close the gap.
This, like we were talking about in the opening, we've said it many times. Special teams are going to be a factor in this series, and will this be the factor to change the tone of this game? Gan has been hemmed in their own zone for most of this period and a lot of the second half of the second. And this could turn their fortunes, and they just need confidence. That's all it is.
And Smith Falls is going to need to play the diamond here. Brooksy, if you're listening, you know what I'm talking about.
Higgs with Spencer Cobalt on him quickly. He'll throw that down below the goal line to the sure hands of Ryan Polkowski. To Higgs in front of the net to Blasco. The no-look pass, and Blasco was ready for it. Just a great defensive effort to thwart that opportunity. Spencer Cobalt take a line change here after a great shift as always. Ben Blasco, a smart play to pull it back offside instead of just simply turning it over. Polkowski drills it off the glass, out of the reach of Slack. Gann will set up inside the zone. Backhand pass to Domingue. Domingue to Brown. Brown down low to Polkowski. Over to Brock Higgs. Higgs looking to the point. He'll steer that down low. Walking in for Gann. Whoa, oh baby, what a stop by Slack. But Polkowski picks up the rebound and nets another with a minute remaining on the power play. It didn't take long. It's 5-4 for the Rideaus.
Polkowski ever so dangerous.
Slack stopped the first two.
He did, and sometimes, as a goalie, when you make the first two, and it's, you feel almost like helpless.
100%.
In your own crease when there's that third rebound.
My goodness. That would have been a highlight reel save. That was beautiful stop. You're talking about goaltending. You got two premium goaltenders in both blue paints here tonight, and they've been putting on a show. 9 goals scored, but these two goalies have been outstanding, and just the potent offense for either side. It's really a beautiful series to watch so far. Potent offense with terrific defense, but with that hit of Stanchion, that bouncing puck could have been dangerous for Gann. Out through center, Stevens throws it off the boards and in. Slack will come out to play it, but Costello is there first. Costello, that pass to Michael McKenney. Bounces over his stick. The Rideaus chant is starting to come. Listen to that crowd.
Rideau, let's go! Let's go, Rideau, let's go!
Costello in his own zone with 9 minutes remaining here in the third. Scampers out. Theo Todd, beautiful passing here. Tip passes. Theo Todd ripped it on goal, and La Pizzera going from his right to his left. Left is left, right, leg down. My goodness, that was too much to hold on and make a beautiful kick save on that one.
He's got the Superman vision tracking
Really?
that puck.
100%. My goodness, the screen that was. Uh-oh, I'm going to fall. Ooh.
We don't want that.
Holy Dinah. Brown throwing it around the boards and out the other side, but it's knocked back behind the net. Graham Brown throw that along the wall. Gananoque trying to come up with it. Dwayne Wainman. He'll get that out to center ice. Dan Bennett. Cross ice pass for Townsend. A lot of stuff going on in the mid ice there. Behind the play, that hit the crossbar and stayed out. Nice move there by Todd. Townsend. Shot, stop by La Pizzera, and he'll steer that up into the mesh.
Yeah, there's definitely some stick worth going on with Tate Leeson as he looked like he got slashed a little bit before he went to the bench, but he was given some too.
Yes, indeed. They're both trying to draw penalties because, I mean, yeah, as we're talking about, you're a man up, you're usually a goal up as well. Andrew Sprague with Dowdall, Andrew McKenney, Townsend, Dan Bennett for the Rideaus. A nice move and a nicer save by La Pizzera, and he is tackled to the ice, and that is going to cause a penalty there. Oh my goodness, after the whistle stuff, who do you take? I mean,
right now, as of right now, looks like Smith Falls is going to power play, but well, depending on what the call that the officials make here, it might be 4-on-4 for all we know.
Now, I'll tell you what I saw there. I saw the penalty you're talking about, and then after is Blasco with Dowdall in the corner. So really, for me, it should be 3 penalties called, and 3 penalties called in total there, and power play for Smith Falls. That's awesome. James getting a nice shot of that. That's great.
It looks like Blasco's going
Blasco,
off.
look at that head of hair on him. My goodness, I'll tell you, you don't want to go into the corner with that guy. Is it only 2?
See what
No, there it is, yeah. Latimer's going. He got the initial 2, and then the scrum after the whistle. Each side's going to take 2, and then Latimer with the extra 2, and the Rideaus go to the power play. And now the penalties are starting to, they're kind of piling up against the Islanders, and it's only going to be for so long before the Rideaus snap one. You know, it's the physicality picks up. It's behind the play, after the whistle, behind the play, all that type of stuff is where, you know, it just drives a coach wild. This face off to the right of La Pizzera. It's going to be Brett Costello at the draw.
So really cool stat here. Ben Blasco hasn't had any penalty minutes over the last 2 seasons in the regular season.
Wow, that's incredible.
0 minutes.
How many has he had in the playoffs? Leeson to Townsend. Townsend at the dot, or Leeson at the dot, looking for a lane, but Gann is covering it. What a beautiful pass to Domingue. Open them up. And he just about got a snapshot off on that one. And he'll get a shot here going top shelf. But La Pizzera there to steer that aside, Domingue. And a beautiful defensive effort by Brett Costello. A dive and knock that away from Kevin Domingue, or that could have been a great chance for Gann.
Blasco has 2 penalty minutes entering tonight's game, and he's got 4 in tonight's game. So
Wow.
6 in total. 6 penalty minutes.
For a guy that is so involved in everything that Gananoque does, to keep it between the lines so clean is incredible for Ben Blasco.
Be considered for the regular season as the Lady Bing considered there.
They should have those awards here in the OSHL. Maybe one year they will. Well, yeah. 7-11 open day and night remaining here in the 3rd period. This epic showdown between 2 teams. Really, they don't like each other very much at all. They've shown it throughout the first game and 3 quarters. This playoff series, Eric Witzel steering his way through center. Throws it in and goes and gets it himself. Marcotte was there first, but he harassed him enough to force that turnover, and now Bennett will snap that shot, look for the tip. Just out of his reach, 40 seconds remaining on the power play. Dan Bennett at the point, flips it to the top of the circle. Witzel threw it into the slot, and that's that spot where Justin was talking about pregame. You got to be a little selfish and snap those on goal. But Gananoque now will get a chance to drill that down the ice, waste some more of the clock with 20 to go. The power play. Brett Costello. Bouchard, he's got a goal tonight. Doing the phantom right at him there. Devin Cobalt going to the point, and it was just out of the reach of Costello. And if that was 5 seconds from now, that would have been a breakaway chance for Latimer. And behind the net, Captain Costello. 6 minutes on the clock here from the Smith Falls Memorial Center, looking to tie this series up before Saturday's tilt. Again, back here in Smith Falls. And this 5-game series clip. Townsend throwing it in behind the net with Sloan. Sloan, that pass up to Tate Leeson was out of his reach. That's going to go all the way down for icing. At the what?
The Ice Shack, they call it.
The Ice Shack. Let's go.
The Ice Shack.
I got to write that down.
The B-52s need to, we need to have a parody of that. Love Shack into the Ice Shack.
Yes, indeed.
The Ice Shack.
Brock Higgs, they got Domingue, Blasco, Latimer, and on the right side is Marcotte for the Islanders as they look to press and tie this game up in the late stages of this, the third period. Slip pass over to Higgs. That hits a Rideau and goes into the corner. Domingue and Townsend meet in the corner now, and it's back along the wall, and it's Marcotte trying to get a stick free. There's too many Rideau sticks there, and he deflects it up and into the rafters.
I was going to say, if they're going to be calling this the Ice Shack, then North Dundas has to be the sauna.
Yes, yes indeed. It's shocking how hot it is there.
Oh, man. I say it every time. I feel like a rotisserie chicken when I'm in there.
Your face burns.
Bacon. Yeah. Take my hat off, and I've got a tan line in there.
James, I was going to say, James had a tan the last time we were out there in Chesterville, how hot it is in that arena. Good Lord above. Devin Cobalt and Marcotte gloves that down, and Spencer Cobalt giving him the old housey going, trying to get that puck down, but good pressure there by Witzel, and Domingue is getting all he can handle. But he wins the battle against 3 Rideaus, and Brock Higgs now, the head fake on Devin Cobalt, gets it across the blue line. He's got one more to beat, and he's in. But Dan Bennett, too strong, and forces him to the outside. That hits the glass. And Devin Cobalt out through center, chipped in through the neutral zone. Latimer, the pass over. Ben Blasco knocked down and out. And it's a headman pass to Devin Cobalt, just out of his reach. In the corner, knocked off the puck. Good support by Spencer Cobalt. Knifes that around to the other side. We're at 4:05 here in the third period. Knocked off his feet. Devin Campbell turns it around. He'll flip it into the zone, and a line change coming. But Witzel, a shot, hits a stick, goes up into the mesh, and they'll get the line change that they wanted. James having a battle royal up here in the press booth here. Second time. Yes, indeed.
Hey, one thing we gotta see here is Gananoque, if they don't tie things up, very soon they're gonna have to look at the at the clock and when there might be a good time to be pulling Le Pizzera for the extra attacker.
Behind the net, Bouchard to Polkowski through center, and Wayman couldn't connect on that one, and that's going to go all the way down. And Le Pizzera stopped that one from Hetherington. He's got a goal in tonight's game. To Bouchard, another one with a goal in the game. Chipped over to Polkowski, and he can't connect with him. Beasley try and turn this back around. The Rideaus playing a little dump and chase. Dump and change, I guess. Graham Brown, nice move there. Head up the whole way. If you're not going to press him, he'll just hold on to it. And a smart play over. Bouchard, stop up, turn. Brown, that's Dowdall racing after that one. La Pizzera comes out to play it. Rips it along the wall. And Bouchard, 3 minutes remaining here in the third period. 5-4 Smith Falls. In the neutral zone, Wainman turning, looking for help. All he sees is dark sweaters of the Rideaus. Dan Bennett, uncontested behind the net. He'll walk out. Hit Townsend. Chipped into the zone. Good play by Sprague. It is quick shifts for Smith Falls, keeping the fresh legs on the ice. 2:30 left. Nice play by Marcotte to get around him. Across that blue line, redirected on goal, but it's just shy of the net. Gananoque to the point. Latimer back to Blasco. Blasco throws it low. Gann controlling the zone now in the late stages of the third. Shot through. Wow. Great work there by Dallas Slack. Point now, shot through, redirected again, but this one goes wide. Russett drills it along the boards, and that'll go into the Smith Falls zone, and oh my. That's the Marchand.
Yes, it is.
Not too keen on that, and I don't know if the ref saw it, but cup check. Wow.
We'll be wearing one.
Yeah.
Gananoque should be looking soon for a timeout, I would assume.
Lady Lanark, I've asked everybody in Smith Falls, and they all tell me to pronounce it Cobalt. Every one of them. Even
the coaches and ownership has said the same thing.
Yeah, I mean I've asked around, right, because it's, you know, it's. Yeah, I don't know how to.
I just call it the Cobalt Sisters.
Yeah,
Justin. As I was told by a certain somebody on the Rideaus that that's their nicknames.
Yeah, because it was a bold. It's such a difficult name to pronounce and whatnot that I wanted to make sure and be clear, just like with Jared Steege. It's not Steege, but it's written that way. But his name is Jared Stay. I like to know exactly what the name of the players are. And like I say, when I asked, it was pronounced Cobalt. But we'll figure that out at some point and go from there. But 2:02 remaining in the third period, and a 5-4 lead for the Rideaus in the late stages. Can they come up to the surface and tie this series before Saturday night's game? Scrum draw, and it goes to the half wall. Witzel or Beasley there to pin it against the wall, and it comes out along the wall to the blue line, flipped out through center. Not his horse is Devon. After La Pizzera, he'll flay it along the glass. Ben Blasco laying it out through center. Higgs, Brown can't connect on that one, and Devin Brown. I'm not sure what the penalty is going to be here, but I know Graham Brown's.
Looks like the penalty's going to Smith Falls. No, it's going again. Based off of the body language, it looked like it was going to Smith Falls, but no, it's going again.
Yeah. Graham Brown gave him a good shot there. Oh. Well, if you're married to him, then I'll go with your assumption.
The wife is always right.
Yeah, indeed.
Cobbled.
Cobbled.
Or as I like to say, the Cobbled Sisters.
The Cobbled Sisters, yeah. It's just like in Gann, Kevin Domingue or Kevin Domingue, which one?
Or Domingue.
Or Domingue, yes indeed.
Domingue.
Yeah.
Oh, it's offsetting.
I know a guy who made a great career off of calling a guy named Ty Dami and Pat Roy, and we're going 5 aside here, 2 coincidental minors, That's down into the zone, and Marcotte, the back pass, Spencer Cobbled, trying to force the issue on that one. Out through his own zone and out through center is Domingue. He'll throw it into the corner. Beasley knifes it off the board, and 1:10 remaining here in the third frame.
They're about to pull Lepizzera here for the extra attacker.
Lepizzera is on the bench, around to the half wall. Behind the net to Ben Blasco. Higgs trying to steer that towards the cage. They'll get it back to the point. Marcotte can't get there first. Off in a foot race, and Devin Cobbled is there first. Stick check there by Latimer. Good play there to keep him off stride. And now the Islanders have a Rideau in behind the net. And the one is on his back. Higgs across to Blasco, in behind the net to Higgs. And Domingue jumped over that puck, and now it'll be sent down the ice. And an icing could come if it reaches, and it just will, out of the reach of Reed Russet. Holy Dinah, indeed. We appreciate it, Cheryl, big time. You betcha. Great game between Smith Falls and Gananoque. 25 8/10 remaining in the third. Goalie pulled in the Gananoque zone. The final push. Can they tie it up? Force overtime. Or are we going to Saturday in a 1-1 series tie? Smith Falls home record on the line. Gananoque at the draw, and they will win it. Domingue walking, and he tried to shoot it through three of them, and he couldn't do it. Pinned against the wall. Gann trying to come out with it. And it's down the ice and just missed.
10.3 seconds remaining. If you're Smith Falls, do you call a timeout right here?
Well, they're wanting another 2 seconds put on the clock as it rung down for just a half a stride. Yep, they're going to ask for it, and they're going to get it. I think it was about 11.8 on the clock, to be totally honest with you. But it's almost impossible for a scorekeeper to get it perfect. I mean, you hear the sound of the whistle, you click the button, and you never know. It lets it run for a second or two. I got a feeling. No, they didn't get it. That shot through a screen. It's in someone, and
someone's pants or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Disappearing act on that one. 5 8/10 remaining here in the third. The most important face-off of the game. Most important face-off of these first two games. What do we got? The final chance here for Gann. What a game, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Face-off. Higgs versus Devin Cobbled.
Sprague is ready to go.
Back. The shot. Three. Rideaus out to block it. That will do it. The Rideaus come away with a hard-fought 5-4 win. And we're going to Saturday, all tied up at 1. Oh, baby, what a game, and what a series.
Billy, who are your 3 stars for tonight?
Number 3, I'll go with, you can't go wrong with Brock Higgs. Second star, I'm going with Tate Leeson. The amount of stuff he's got to go through to get points, I'll give it to him. And because of the injury and just the effort he always puts on, and I might be biased, but Andrew Sprague will be my number 1 star.
Well, Billy, you and I must be on the same wavelengths because those were exactly my picks.
Were they really? That's awesome.
Pick.
Yes, sir. That's great. We never are the same.
No,
We're always one off.
And you know what? I think this is an EOSHL TV first. No goalie picked.
No goalie picked. Yes, indeed. Yeah.
And that's not to say we didn't have any good performances by both netminders, but those 3 guys we just named are just had a monster performance on this game.
Well, folks, from another great evening in this great league, the Eastern Ontario Super Hockey League, we have Game 2 under our belts. Game 3, Saturday, 7:30 from the Smith Falls Memorial Center. If you can't make it down, join in on the stream. We'll be live again at 6:55 Eastern. But get down to the rink, folks. This beautiful arena, it is warm as it gets and a beautiful sight to see. So for James Bull, Justin Allery, and myself, Billy Bull, we thank you for tuning in, and all of us here at OSHL TV. Actually, it's just us three, so that would be all of us. So, yeah, from all of us here at OSHL TV, we thank you for tuning in, and thanks for everyone in the chat being so active and sharing and all your likes. We love bringing it to you, and we hope you love it as much as we do. Bye for now.